Welcome to Blues Talk and Week 2 of the National Football League as our Buffalo Bills have their home opener against the LA Chargers. Thank you for joining me on Believers Talk. My name is Joe. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please be sure to subscribe as we plan on going live every week for play-by-play and reaction, chatting with a bunch of Bills fans and fans of maybe the opposing team. So we look forward to that. Game is about half an hour away. It's now 12:27 on the East Coast. Game will start at 1 o'clock. So we are getting ready. Hopefully it's a little bit better than last week, right? Hopefully the game goes a little bit better than last week. So I have some announcements I want to make, some things we need to catch up on, some transaction news, things of that nature. So be sure to be here for that. Just give me a second here. I'm going to try to get some things done. Like I said, we are about 32 minutes away from game time. Josh Allen's the boy. Josh Allen's the boy. Welcome, Fox 87. How you doing? Yeah, we really hope Josh Allen does well today, man. That would be great if he can do that. So I do have some news that I want to start with, but I thought just give me 1 second here, and we'll be able to do that. Man, what am I doing? What am I doing, guys? What am I doing? That's a great question. Wanted to go over some inactives and things of that nature as well and give you like a fantasy update as soon as we can. Yeah, they have kickoff listed at 34 minutes away as we do a live look-in at the stadium right now. Looks like it's going to be called on CBS by Tom McCarthy and Steve Berline. Steve Berline's the ex-Carolina Panther quarterback, and I think he journeyed around a little bit as well. So. But again, welcome to Believers Talk. If you have not already subscribed, please be sure to do that. Before we really get into today's game, we do want to talk about some big transaction news that happened just yesterday. We released wide receiver Jeremy. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Jeremy Curley from the team, which was kind of a surprise. I mean, we're kind of not doing that great at the wide receiver spot as is. And so it was kind of surprised to see Jeremy Curley be dropped, but these things kind of happen. And we also signed defensive tackle Robert Thomas from the practice squad. So we released Jeremy Curley, and if you don't know, Ray McLeod's inactive today, so it kind of leaves us a little thin at the wide receiver spot this week. But we did sign Robert Thomas from the practice squad, so now he's on the team. So that is where the switch happened. So. That's pretty much the only news that happened. We talked about Ryan Lewis and some other transactions that happened throughout the week, but that's the big transaction of the week, dropping Jeremy Curley. But we'll see what happens as the Bills get ready for their home opener against the San Diego Chargers. I want to start off by going over some of the inactives for today. We talked about that on our last live stream, but I did want to go over those again today. So we'll start with the Buffalo Bills. The big one I think is Shaq Lawson. Shaq Lawson had a big game last week. I thought he was one of the few bright spots. But he will be out this week for the game against the Chargers here. So that's a little unfortunate. Also, Raymond McLeod will still not be playing this week. We're still looking forward to see him for his breakout game. What's going on here? Those are the two big names, Ray McLeod and Shaq Lawson. Let's say his date, 16th. Trying to get the injury report up here, guys, so I can go over all the names. Everyone's excited because, of course, this is Josh Allen's first start, so we're excited about that. Tyrone Johnson will not play in this game. Tyron Johnson, however you say it. He after the tackle he made last week that he got knocked out of the game for, he will not be active this week. But backup linebacker Julian Stanford, who was out last week, he is now active for this week's game. So he was a full participant in practice, and we should see him on the field for this game. So those are the injury notes for the Buffalo Bills. Moving to the LA Chargers, they have a few more injuries. Star edge pass rusher Joey Bosa, he will be out. That will be a huge key to victory for us. I mean, unfortunately, he's out for his sake and for the Chargers. You know, you never want to see people get hurt, but man, it's really gonna help us. They can still get some pressure on Josh Allen, but maybe not as much as they would with Joey Bosa in there. Their right tackle Joe Barksdale, he is going to be out for this game, and Craig Mager will also be out for this game as well. So those are their three major injuries. Travis Benjamin is listed as questionable. He was limited in practice on Wednesday and Thursday, and so we'll see if he plays. Anthony Lynn, head coach for the Chargers, last said that he was optimistic that he would play in this game. But they have so many weapons on offense, guys. I don't think they're too concerned over that. Is Shaq Lawson okay? Well, he's out for this game. I think he's gonna play sooner rather than later. I don't think it's a serious injury as far as like weeks long, but he is out of this game today. So as far as me seeing the Bills winning, I did see your prediction show, Fox 87, and I know that you have the Bills winning this game. I see the Chargers win this game 31-20, but it'll be nice to get in the end zone. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I hope the Bills will win. I mean, they say that the biggest difference from week to week is week 1 to week 2, and we really hope that's true because man, it was really bad last week. If you were with me live for that 47-3 loss, it got depressing, guys. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Our offensive line is still no good. Yeah, it's really hot at the stadium today. Which is kind of nice after all these rainy days, right, guys? It's sunny here too. I'm excited about that. So it's good to see the sun back out. After all that rain, I know that up New York got that rain as well. So I want to go over a couple stats for you guys that I went over in the last stream. But if you guys didn't join me there, I want to go over them here. For the LA Chargers, obviously their starting quarterback is Phillip Rivers. Went 34 for 51 last game, 424 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Melvin Gordon had 64 yards rushing, but he also had 9 receptions for 102 yards. We really have to try to contain him if we plan on having a chance to win this game. Austin Eckler had 39 yards rushing. He also had 5 receptions for 87 yards and a touchdown. Keenan Allen, big weapon, obviously, 8 receptions, 108 yards, and a touchdown. So our corners and safeties will really be put to the test in this game. And to be honest, they didn't look that hot in the last game, right? So we'll see how they do in this game, but we really hope they do better than they did in the last game. Hopefully our offense can get a couple first downs in the first half, so that way our defense isn't always on the field. So a couple more news and notes. I did go over some of these last week as well, as far as, well, it's actually, speaking of, Jeremy Curley was only a few yards short of having 1,500 punt return yards in his career, and now he won't have that unless he signs with another team and gets them at some next week or something like that. LeSean McCoy still needs, as of last week, he needed give me a second. He currently ranks 9th with 3,300 rush yards. He needs 69 yards. That was as of last week. So he needs about 35 yards now to get into that 6th spot in Bills history for running backs. With 1 rushing touchdown, McCoy will tie Jim Braxton and Kenneth Davis for 10th place in franchise history. So obviously we didn't score any touchdowns last week. So if McCoy gets in the end zone today, he will tie them. Maybe he gets in the end zone twice, passes them. If we see him get in the end zone twice, I'll be excited because that means we're still in this game here, guys. So that's something that I will look forward to. And we look forward to Tremaine Edmonds having a better game in this game. He played really well last week. And again, he just constantly keeps getting better and better and better. So hopefully he has a better game this week as well. And that will just continue with that, so that hopefully we can see that. Maybe get another turnover or 2. Fall on the ball. Travaris Cadet really had a good shot to fall on the ball last week. Get a turnover in positive territory, and he did not. So we look forward to hopefully him doing a little bit better there. I hope that this week's better than last week, Gary. I really do. Last week was pretty bad. But going on to, I wanted to give you guys some fantasy news and notes in this game. Again, Joey Bosa is not playing, so if that affects if you start the Chargers defense or not. After the performances last week, I wouldn't be shocked if a lot of a lot of people played the Chargers defense this week after the performance last week. And with this being Josh Allen's first start, I still see the Chargers as a good start on defense. As far as the Chargers offense, you have to start Philip Rivers. He threw for 420 yards last week. You know, you have to start him. It's just, if you have him on your team, he's a must start probably every week, depending who the quarterback is, of course. Melvin Gordon, again, a must start. And then I'm trying to think if there's anyone else I would think you should start. Keenan Allen, of course, is a must start as well. I think those three offensive weapons are must starts pretty much every week that they play. But yeah, I think those guys, and then the defense is someone you must start as well. If you're looking for a kicker, Sturgis, if he's available, I would pick him up because it's probably going to be the Chargers are going to score points today, guys. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Hopefully, we can actually stop them to field goals instead of touchdowns. That'll be a big key. Stopping them to field goals instead of touchdowns, so that way we can maybe score some touchdowns and get a lead. But that would actually help you if you play Sturgis in the game. So your kicker there, Sturgis, I think that's a good start as well. Going on to the Bills side of the ball, I don't see many fantasy stars coming out of this one or people you want to start. I still say you have to start McCoy. Hopefully he does better last week. I think one of the keys to victory, which I'll go over as soon as I'm done here, one of the keys to victory is going to be us being able to run the ball better than we did last week. In order to do that, McCoy's going to have to do better. And like I said, I think Murphy's going to get a lot more snaps too. So I don't think Murphy's a fantasy start. I don't think he's that good yet. He hasn't surprised us that well. But I wouldn't be surprised if Murphy got a couple starts or a couple snaps more. And he did pretty good as well this game. And then maybe Steven Hauschka, start Hauschka just because he's house money. We know he had that missed last week from 50+ yards, but he's normally consistently great. So those would be my two guys in Buffalo I would start. Obviously, I would not start Josh Allen or any of the receivers in that game either. You talk about tight ends. A lot of times when you start a rookie, you want to get the tight ends going early. But here's the thing. We didn't see Charles Clay much at all last week. We saw Kroom for a little bit. We saw Logan Thomas for a little bit. And we saw Clay for a little bit. So if they evenly distribute the ball, it's going to be really hard to say which tight end to start. One of them might get a touchdown, but we should use double tight ends the whole game. Because even if they don't go out for a pass, they can help that weak offensive line. And I think that's something that we should do pretty much all game. Have Kroom and Clay, Kroom and Thomas, something like that in there constantly. So that way you're giving Allen a little more time, constantly have to run back. If we only send 2-3 wide receivers out each play, if that's what we have to do, then that's what we have to do to protect Josh Allen. Today's the Bills. Today the Bills get the first win on the road to the Super Bowl. If you're saying today's the day we get our first win, then in a couple of years we go to the Super Bowl, I think that's possible. Welcome, UCF Jaguar. Thank you for joining us for this game. I'm sure you're getting ready for the Jaguars game. I'm not sure when they played, to be honest with you, but I'm sure you're looking forward to that game. It's the Patriots, right? Oh, yeah, absolutely. 1 o'clock. Yeah, absolutely. You got to enjoy that game, man. I hope the Jaguars pull it out, drop the Patriots to 1-1. Then we'll get our win, and then we'll go to 1-1. We'll be tied with the Patriots. We'll be right there for the division, absolutely. Although I think Miami plays the Jets today, so no matter what happens today, we'll be behind in the division at the end of the day. But that's okay. Need to get that win. If we get the loss, then we're down 2 games already in the division, so that's not a good thing. But we'll see what happens. Oh, that's at 4:30. Good. That means I can watch it. All right. So after this game, guys, hop onto the UCF Jaguars live stream to watch the live stream of the Patriots-Pats game. It's going to be a great day of football, guys. Week 2 of the NFL is here. We're very excited. I can actually go over. What I'll do is I'll go over some of the 1 o'clock games for you. So that way, if you guys want to listen to this live stream, maybe tune into another game, you can definitely do that as well. Just give me 1 second here, and we'll pull up the NFL football schedule. So we obviously have the LA Chargers at the Buffalo Bills. The Chargers are 7.5-point favorites, and the over/under is 41.5. I'll go over that in a second as well. I personally am a gambling man, so I do look at these odds and see what I think of them. So we'll go over that in 1 second. You got Carolina at Atlanta, Minnesota at Green Bay. That's a really good one. Aaron Rodgers is starting in that game, or is expected to start, so that's a really good game. out in Green Bay. Cleveland at New Orleans. Let's see if Cleveland can get a win. Instead of a tie this week. I don't see it though. I think New Orleans is going to be ready for their home opener after starting 0-1. Losing to Tampa Bay last week was rough for them. Miami at the Jets. Talked about that a little bit. I think I have the Jets are home, but Sam Darnold looked good at times last week. Obviously, that first pass for pick 6. But I think the Jets win last week was mostly due to their defense. I could really see that game going either way. The Jets are a 3-point favorite, but they're also at home. So as you know, with the bookies, normally they give you 3 points if you're the home team. UCF Jaguar, answer your question. Yes, Peterman's a lost cause at this point. My last live stream, I actually wore my EJ Manuel jersey just to kind of just yell at people and say, the Bills organization, we need a backup, and EJ Manuel is available. So if that's the guy we get, that's the guy we get. But we need a backup. We talked about Mark Sanchez a little bit and possibly having get him as a backup. We need a veteran guy in there. We can't have Peterman in there. Even if we keep him as a third string, which at this point I don't think there's a reason to. He's definitely a lost cause. I'm sorry. He might get picked up as a backup somewhere else, but man, it's really hard to come back from that. And now that we're starting our rookie Josh Allen, we can't go back. Everyone this whole week, I was talking to my friends, talking to my family, and they're like, well, it can't get any worse. Actually, it can, guys. It can. We can get shut out. We could lose 45-0. That's worse. But at that point, you can't go back to Peterman. And we can't have a QB competition the whole year between Peterman and Josh Allen. Josh Allen's our future. Our future is now. If this year's a bunch of growing pains, then that's what it's going to have to be. If he takes a lot of knocks this season, then that's what it is. That's fine, but here's where we're at now. My only concern with Josh Allen at this point is injury. I just really hope he doesn't get injured at some point throughout this year. I think Allen's going to be running for his life a lot this year. Our offensive line is not getting any better. I think that's something that we are definitely going to address this offseason. But in the meantime, I don't see it going well. So going back to the games for the 1 o'clock slate, we also have Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia at Tampa Bay, Houston at Tennessee, Indianapolis at Washington. So those are your 1 o'clock games slated for today. A lot of 1 o'clock games slated for today. Then later today, we have 4 o'clock games. We're looking at Arizona at LA to play the Rams, Detroit at San Francisco, Oakland at Denver, and New England at Jacksonville. Again, if you're just joining me, UCF Jaguars in the house. We appreciate him being here, and he will be live streaming that Jacksonville-New England game. It's in Jacksonville, so let's go Jaguars. If you're here and you're a Bills fan, you really want to see the Jaguars win this one. I would love to see the Jags win that game. Like you said in your pregame special, however, UCF, it's not like, getting back at them for last year, because last year they went to the Super Bowl. This year you start 2-0. There's a little bit of a difference, but starting 2-0 is better than starting 1-1. So good luck to your Jaguars today, man. How do we go from the playoff team to the? Well, a lot of that has to do with Eric Wood and Richie Incognito. That again, those are surprising things that came up. And as I said in my last live stream, I feel like Coach McDermott and Brandon Beane, as soon as the season ended, went into like off-season mode, and they had sketched out a plan for how they wanted the off-season to go, right? And then the thing with Eric Wood happened. That was a surprise, forced him to retire. The thing with Richie Incognito happened. He went insane. He's mentally, he gets better. But they stuck to their plan instead of going somewhere else and saying, okay, obviously we need to address the offensive line. They just kind of filled in with Newhouse and Ducasse and said, oh, this will work for this year. Obviously, it's not working for this year, but they didn't alter their plan, because they're both Sean McDermott's a defensive coach, right? So his main concern is defense. He wants to get that defense to where he wants it and then concern himself with the offense. And at that time, right after the season, what did we do? We fired our offensive coordinator. So, a lot of things were happening that weren't that did not make our offense any better. In fact, they obviously, as shown last week, hurt our offense. I still think our defense is going to be good. Last week, the Baltimore Ravens started with the ball on the plus side of the field 4 times, I think it was, maybe 5. You're not going to hold them at that point to not scoring points if that keeps happening. So I still think our defense is going to be good, but that offense is going to need a lot of help, and a lot of help soon. And by soon, I mean, this offseason, because there's not much we can do Not much we can do about today, or this season at this point. But yeah, those two big moves. Louis T from the Louis T Network, he was on here, asked me what our biggest mistake was this offseason. And I was going to say, after evaluating all of them, I said trading Cordy Glenn after we already lost Eric Wood. The Richard Incognito situation didn't happen by the time we traded Cordy Glenn, but knowing we were going to lose Eric Wood, and I know Cordy Glenn didn't play much last year at all, but just to have a veteran guy who's been there before, who we can rely on to do it again, would be nice. And we've seen 2 weeks with Cincy, he's actually not played that bad, and he's never played bad. Like he is a good offensive lineman. So, but it helped us out in the draft. As far as moving up in the draft too. So everything changes. I mean, if things go as they will, I don't say us getting rid of Tyrod had anything to do with the difference between last season and last week. Tyrod went 15 for 40 in the tie against Pittsburgh. He did have a rushing touchdown. Well, it was a typical Tyrod game, and that's not indicative of winning games. That's indicative of getting 6 turnovers. The Cleveland Browns got 6 turnovers and they tied. That's crazy. So to me, that's a loss for them. And to me, it's a loss for Pittsburgh as well. I mean, obviously in the standing, it's going to help them with the tie, or it should help them with the tie if they need it to. But I just really think that both teams played pretty poorly. Who, the Bills are tanking? I hate the idea of tanking. I really do. Tell Jeremy Curley that the team's purposely tanking. You know what I mean? Like Jeremy Curley would be so happy to be on the team today, but he's not because he got released yesterday. Why did he get released? They brought in a defensive tackle. Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that players purposely tank. They might get put in a situation to purposely tank by like the GM, but even coaches don't want to tank. It doesn't look good on Sean McDermott if Josh Allen gets out. If they wanted to tank, they would have left Nathan Peterman in, because it really doesn't look good on Sean McDermott if Josh Allen comes in here and we still lose 47-3 every week. It really doesn't look good. But yeah, that, in my opinion, if they were tanking, they would have left Peterman in. They would have given some excuse as to why they're starting Nathan Peterman at least for one more week. But we'll see. But yeah, after last season, at the beginning of the year, when everyone said, "Oh, the Bills are tanking," when we got rid of Sammy Watkins, when we got rid of Darby, and then we still made the playoffs. I just don't buy that. I don't buy that tanking is in the DNA of head coaches or players in the NFL. Again, can the GM kind of set them up to head down that path? Absolutely. But Brandon Beane does not want to get into that trend, I don't think. Excuse me, especially in his young GM career, right? Here we go. Welcome Below Zero. Thank you for joining us on Believers Talk again. My name is Joe. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, subscribe. Turn on the notifications. I will be going live every week except for 2 this year for the live play-by-play and reaction show. I do plan on attending both the Monday Night Football game against the New England Patriots. So I will have you go over to the Sports Fury for that game because they do all primetime games. And since UCF is in the house, I will be at the Jacksonville Jaguars game as well. UCF, it's in Buffalo, so he won't be able to make it up, but he'll probably, if he's live streaming the game today, I'm not sure if you could speak on if you're going to live stream that game as well. So if you need someplace to go to watch a live stream, definitely go to the Sports Fury. Like I said, they do all primetime games. So they will do the Monday night game against New England. And then also we'll be playing Jaguars. I believe that's week 11 after our bye week. And if UCF is live streaming games, obviously he did not live stream last week because he was at the game. Big win for his team against the Giants. And then he might be live streaming that game as well. So I don't think the GM moves have proved otherwise. I mean, because that's what people said last year. Oh, with us trading Sammy, with us trading Darby. I just think what happened, and I'll say this again, I just think what happened is as soon as we lost to the Jaguars, McDermott, Beane, and the Ghouls got together and made themselves their off-season plan. They said, "This is what we're doing." I think the Tyrod trade thing had been known for a while. They just had to wait till the NFL year began, obviously the official start of the NFL year, before they could do anything. And like I think a lot of the moves they made were premeditated. Obviously, the draft, I feel like the draft was a little different because we did not think Tremaine Edmunds would be available where he was. We tried to trade with the Broncos for that number 4 spot. However, or for the number 5 spot, but with Cleveland taking Ward 4th, they really wanted Chubb, which I would too. So they stuck to at 5, got Chubb, and that moved us back in the pecking order as far as draft, which helped us get Tremaine Edmunds. However, as some of you commented, you want offensive line help. Maybe we would have got offensive line help if we would have stayed where we were in the draft and traded 2 of our first rounders instead. I personally am a huge fan of Tremaine Edmunds. I think he's going to do great. So I really look forward to that, to see his progression. Currently 12:53, guys. We are about 6.5 minutes away from kickoff. For the Buffalo Bills, just saw Josh Allen run onto the field. 17 versus 17. Philip Rivers versus Josh Allen, both 17. So we look forward to see Josh Allen today, man. Like I said, I just hope he doesn't get hurt. I really hope he does better than Peterman. I mean, can you imagine if he comes out here and throws 4 interceptions in the first half against the Chargers like Peterman did last year, or 5? What do we do then? We have to keep him in, guys. And that's why we need that veteran. I don't understand why we didn't pick up a veteran yet. But we'll see. But yeah, I just think that McDermott being the cool is out of the plan, and then the Eric Wood thing happened, and the Richie Incognito thing happened. And at that point, I mean, especially with the Eric Wood thing happened, I really wish, and I don't think it happened, but I wish that they would have really thought about more what they were going to do. And I just think they stuck to their plan. They said, nope, we have a plan. We're sticking to it. We'll worry about the offensive line when we can. If something comes our way, we'll take it. But nothing came their way. And so they were stuck with Mark Newhouse, and they were stuck with leaving Ducasse in there. So we will see. They're showing a couple plays last week against Baltimore where receivers did get open, and there were times where receivers got open. It's just you weren't given much time in the pocket. You know, they're showing 2 seconds in the pocket before the pocket collapsed around Josh Allen. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But they have a full week's worth of practice with the ones. We'll see if that does better for him. They show a picture of Ducasse, and my anger towards Ducasse is just ridiculously high. So anytime they show a picture of him or anytime they show anything about him, it annoys me. The fact that he's our starter is just, you know, I really think Wyatt Teller should be in this game, but that's just me. He had a lot of 12 games going on, guys, so I apologize, but I don't really apologize. So yeah, I don't understand why we didn't make any moves on our offensive line. Maybe instead of having Groy at center, maybe putting in Bodine at center and moving Groy, putting Wyatt Teller. I don't understand it, but we'll see. Going back to the Vegas odds, talk about that for a little bit. If you're trying to get that last minute bet in 5 minutes away, as I said, the Chargers are 7.5-point favorites, and the over/under is 41.5. For the Bills to win, we definitely have to hit that under, I think. I think in order for the Bills to win, this has to be a low-scoring game. Again, trade field goals. You know, stop the Chargers to field goals while we score touchdowns. I think that would be our best chance to win. And also the 7.5. As I said earlier, I do, in my prediction show, I have the Chargers winning this game 31-20. So if we're going off my prediction, I actually have the over in both. I have them covering the 7.5 points, and I have them covering the 41.5 points as well. So that's what I would bet. I would bet the Chargers with the over if I was simply going off betting. If you're going as a Bills fan, obviously you're going to pick the Bills to at least cover. I mean, they are giving you 7.5 points. That's kind of nice. And I think I would have to go with the under. Our keys to victory, as they show Pancho Villa. Let's go, Pancho Villa. We're a big fan of the show, we are a big fan of his. We always wish him the best. He had a bunch of stuff happening this week. He had a really busy week, so glad to see that he made it out there and that he's kind of leading the charge for us Bills fans, right? But as far as the Bills' keys to victory, right before kickoff here, I'll go over that real quick. One key to victory, we have to get the running game going, guys. We have to have more success on first and second down. We cannot move, have more than 10 yards to go. I think third down has to stay between 3rd and 5 and less. Like, we have to make third downs manageable. We have to be able to get off the field. Baltimore, there were a couple times Baltimore was behind the sticks as far as, especially that first drive. There was a 2nd and 26 on that first drive, and they got a first down to John Brown on the next pass play for 30-some yards. We can't let that happen. When we get them behind the sticks, we need to keep them behind the sticks. We know where the chains are and stay there. We cannot let them get these cheap first downs. Especially on that first drive, I think it's very important that we stop them to no points on the first drive. And then Josh Allen will have time to get his feet under him a little bit more and not feel the pressure of having to put points right away. And we'll be able to consistently work on that run game too. So first key to victory, work on get that run game going. Get that run game going. McCoy, Marcus Murphy, even if you have to throw Chris Ivory in there, get that. And Josh Allen. Josh Allen now adds a different X factor when it comes to mobility in the pocket. So, get the run game going a little bit more. The second key to victory is that defense to get off that field on third downs, or if they get behind the sticks before that, keep them behind the sticks if you can. And then the third key to victory will be try to create some turnovers. We need to win the turnover battle here, guys, in order to have a chance in this game. Again, San Diego, Los Angeles, they're going to put up some points, and we need to be able to match that. And our defense needs to create some turnovers and hopefully maybe even score off those turnovers. We saw Kareem Hunt score on a punt return last week against the Chargers. Marcus Murphy has shown that type of capabilities. I think today would be a great day to predict Marcus Murphy having a return for a touchdown. And if that happens, that gives us a better chance to win the game. Score on special teams, score on defense. That would give us a good shot. But we'll see what happens. I think we're currently about 5 minutes away from kickoff, a little less. 12:59, so we're currently about 1 minute away from kickoff. No, Javante Daddy, thank you for joining us. My prediction is that the Chargers win 31-20. I'm not, like I said, I try to be unbiased here. I love the Bills, and I'll be cheering for them hard to win. And if it's a close game, then I'm very excited. Andrew Mason, thanks for joining us. Good luck to your team today. One thing I'll always say about games is the last thing I want to see, and I'm sorry about this already for you guys that are shuffling through the injury bug with Joey Bosa and everything. Like, I just don't want to see people get hurt. Last Sunday, when Aaron Rodgers went out, there was a huge gasp, I think, in everybody. Like everybody. I was watching that with the Sports Fury, actually, and Josh is a Bears fan, and even his reaction, like, you could just tell, like, he just wasn't happy about that. No one should be, But this is a big game for both teams, guys. Both teams are 0-1. Need to start, the Chargers started 0-4 last year, and they still went 9-7, barely missing the playoffs. These are the type of games that they need to win if they want to make the playoffs, if they want to make that next step, because Kansas City looked really good. Denver looked pretty good. Oakland didn't. But still, those two teams looked really good. That's going to be a tough division to win, especially if you start 0-2. Denver might win this week. Kansas City, they have a tough game against Pittsburgh, but there's no reason why they can't pull that out. If you start 2 games back in this division, that's going to be really tough. In the AFC West, it's going to be really tough, especially. And, same thing goes for our division. But our division, we're looking at one team, New England, and saying, well, if they start 2-0 and we start 0-2, that's going to be a tough hill to climb. It sounds simple when you're talking about week 3, but I just don't see it as being that easy. Philip Rivers throwing for 400 yards again today. I wouldn't be surprised. Their offense has so many weapons. It's going to be hard to cover everything. Yet they have Antonio Gates back. They have Keenan Allen. They have a lot of good weapons. I am not streaming from New York. I'm actually streaming from Pennsylvania. I'm a huge Bills fan, originally from Buffalo, New York. Moved to Pennsylvania quite a while ago, but just still love the team. Love everything about the team. Started this channel at the end of the Super Bowl last year. The next day, Steve and I started this channel. Steve is actually at the game. He will be at a few Bills games this year. That's why I'll be doing the live streaming. But yeah, just constantly been a Bills fan and just wanted to do something while I was watching these Bills games. And I thought this would be a fun way to be interactive. I follow the Louis T Network, and he did some stuff like this, and I followed the Sports Fury, and they just look like they have a good time. And what better thing to do than to be with fellow NFL fans? Like right now, I'm sitting here in my house by myself watching the game because no one I live with wants to watch football, which is fine. Well, it's kind of crazy, but it's fine. And so, what else would I rather do than watch this with right now 12 other fans? You know what I mean? At one point last week, we had 80 fans in here, and that's awesome, and I'm excited about that. Whether they be Chargers fans, whether they be Bills fans, maybe UCF Jaguar was in here earlier just because his game doesn't start till 4. That's great, and just talking football. So it looks like the Bills will be kicking off to the Chargers to start this game off. So the Bills will again start on defense. This is the second week in a row we deferred, and we will start on defense. So the kick is underway. Here we go. Looks like it's going to be a touchback. Yes, it's going to be a touchback. So the Chargers will start with the ball. 50 minutes to go in the first quarter. At the 25-yard line, here comes Philip Rivers again. I went over his numbers earlier in this episode, but again, if you didn't know, he threw for 424 yards last week, 3 touchdowns and an interception. So we really need to contain that as best we can. But we'll see. Obviously, all the experts have the Chargers winning. I have the Chargers winning. The Bills winning this one would be quite the upset, but it's not like we haven't pulled off upsets before, right, guys? Thank you for joining me on Believers Talk. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. My name is Joe. Share this video. Let people know that we are live streaming the reaction show. I cannot show this game live, guys, due to copyright laws. YouTube would shut me down. But on first down, Philip Rivers with a QB sneak runs for about 7 yards. Looks like there was good coverage downfield. It was originally he was in shotgun. No running backs in the backfield with them. So it was a 5-wide receiver set, and looked like initially good coverage, and so he just took it to the outside for about a 7-yard gain. Most yards he's ever ran for. Yeah, the Bills are notorious for letting quarterbacks who normally don't run pretty well against them. It's happened before, but the biggest runs are like Drew Bledsoe running for 40 yards on us and things like that at the end of his career. So second down and 3, they have looks like Jones come from the wide receiver spot, and then he gets nothing. Milano with a tackle out of bounds. So it's going to be 3rd and 3, and this is what I was talking about getting off the field on 3rd downs. So excuse me, guys. So 3rd and 3, we need to get them off the field. This would be a much better start than last week, obviously, having them go 3 and out. So Bills fans are going nuts at the stadium. We're hoping that this turns out well for us. Philip Rivers is in shotgun, has Gordon to his left. They haven't ran with Gordon on the first drive. That's kind of a surprise. Watch a pitch to the left side to Gordon. That's what I'm worried about here. You have 3 wide receivers at the bottom of the screen now. Allen goes into motion, so you have 2 on top, 2 on bottom. Goes back for a pass, goes out to Gordon to the left-hand side, and he's short. It's going to be 4th down. I'm doing this. You can't see it. 4th down. We stopped him 1 yard short, so a much better start than last week. They're too far in their own field, into their own territory to go for it. I believe at the about the 34-yard line. So Melvin Gordon kind of slipped down the field. He tried to make a cut on I don't even know who that was, but he tried to make a cut and he couldn't quite do it. He slipped. Let me get the number here, and I tell you who that was. Vontae Davis, because Vontae Davis is in the game instead of Stinking Gaines. So that makes me happy as well. That's one injury that I didn't go over, or inactive I didn't go over in the last game. So they punt it. Fair catch called for around the 13-yard line. Good coverage downfield. So Murphy called for the fair catch of the 13. So the Bills will start with the ball 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. So here comes 7th overall pick from Wyoming, Josh Allen. Again, for the 24 watching, thank you for joining me on Believers Talk. My name is Joe. We will be live streaming all the games. Except for, like I said, this season 2, I'll be going to both the Monday night game and the Jaguars game. So I will try to keep you updated on scores around the league as this game goes on. But I will also be keeping us updated on the Bills game. We're in an I formation to start the game. Handoff is to McCoy. Is that McCoy? Should be. Yep, it was McCoy for no gain. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. However, that's probably a much better play than most of the plays we had in the first half of last game. So 2nd and 10, we might take it. They're showing the offensive line. Again, no changes from last week, which is just a shocker to me. But we're going to get ready on 2nd down. We're getting the I formation with both, looks like Benjamin and Zay Jones up top. I don't think that's Jones. But we run with McCoy again, this time for about 3, maybe 4 yards as he gets to the 17-yard line. So it's going to be a 4-yard gain. So it's going to be 3rd and about 6 for for the Buffalo Bills here. Again, bad news if you're a Bolts fan. Joey Bosa is not playing in today's game, so that kind of stinks a little bit. But it's going to be they're calling it 3rd and 7 from the 20 or from the 16-yard line. So Allen's in shotgun. You have 3 wide receivers to the top. Benjamin's the only receiver on the bottom. You have Charles Clay going in motion, and then you have McCoy in the backfield. So 3 wide receivers up top, Benjamin and McCoy going out. They get pressure on Allen, and he's sacked. So first drop back for Josh Allen in his career. He is sacked by, looks like, number 47 for the was that 47? No, 42. I'm sorry. 42 for the Chargers, which is Uchenna Nwosu. He gets the sack, so it's going to be 4th and 10, 3-yard loss on the play. So you have a punt team come out again. So this is going to start off as a field position battle, so that's not good for Buffalo. There's a flag down on the return. He returns it to the Buffalo Bills 48-yard line. So we hope that this isn't on the Chargers so they can at least step. Oh, looks like it's holding on the Bills, actually. Welcome, Ty 453. Go Bills is absolutely right. Obviously, a much better start than last week already, but we got holding on Buffalo. Taking apparently sports at the end of the play. So they're actually starting with the ball at the 38-yard line, guys. So it was on Logan Thomas. So again, a good start. We stopped them to a 3-and-out to start the game. But then they came right back and stopped our offense to a 3-and-out. And so now it's going to be Los Angeles ball, 1st and 10 at the 38 going in. So welcome for everyone who's joining us. We have 45 people currently in here. If you already are not subscribed to Believers Talk, my name is Joe. Just note that we will be going live for all these regular season games for the Buffalo Bills. So if you are a fan of the Bills, we constantly give video updates. We'll do play-by-play, things of that nature. So be sure to subscribe. If you're in here and you know some Bills fans that want to watch this game with us, hit that notification bell, notify your friends, let them know we are going live here. We have the chat going. We've talked about a couple things already on the chat, and we just look forward to continuing that chat. I'll go over some scores real quick while we're at commercial. Carolina has already scored a field goal, so they're up 3-0 on Atlanta. Green Bay has the ball against Minnesota at the 47-yard line. It's 4th and 15, so they're probably going to punt. Cleveland, New Orleans is scoreless. Cleveland has the ball. Supercharged. Hey, again, if you're a Chargers fan, we're happy you're here, and we want to keep the conversation going. Obviously, Chargers obviously are a huge favorite in this game, as well they should be after performance last week. And both teams are on 1, so this is a huge game for both teams. So we'll see what happens. Miami, New York Jets is still 0-0. Kansas City has a 7-0 lead on Pittsburgh. They just had a passing touchdown to Chris Conley from 15 yards from Mahomes. Tampa Bay's up 7-0 on Philly, so maybe that last week wasn't a fluke. They had a Deshaun Jackson 75-yard touchdown pass. Wow, that's crazy. Houston, Tennessee scoreless. Indianapolis is in the red zone against Washington. So they look like they're getting ready to score as well. So those are the scores from around the league. I will try to keep you updated as best as possible as this game goes on with the other scores around the league. So if you're interested, I will let you know. I'll try to give you who scored them. So for those of you who have fantasy teams out there, you'll know who scored, so you can check your teams and know that you are winning, hopefully. I personally don't have fantasy teams. I used to have a lot of fantasy teams. I used to do like 20 a year. However, then it just got ridiculous. So I switched to this and said, let me do a YouTube channel and let me watch the games and not have to root for other players that are playing against my Bills. So we're back from commercial break again. I'm going to do that a lot today, guys. I'm going to call the Los Angeles Chargers the San Diego Chargers a lot, but they start with the ball 1st and 10 at the Buffalo Bills 38. So they're already pretty close to the scoring range. Blitz from the Bills picked up pretty well. Pass is to number 88, and he gets it down to the 13-yard line. So big run after the catch by Green. Had a good stiff arm on either Poyer or I'm trying to figure out who it was, but it was a linebacker blitz. Both Tremaine Edmonds and Milano blitzed, and the pressure got to Rivers, but he was able to check it down to Green. And then Green did the rest, running it for about 15 yards after the catch. So they have the ball 1st and 10 inside the 15-yard line. So they're in the red zone for the first time today. from the 13. First run for Melvin Gordon of the day goes for about 3 yards. He's stopped at the 10 by Poyer and Milano. That's about that too. Yeah, like it's so hard to remember, especially like these teams keep switching, right? So you had the St. Louis the St. Louis Rams are now the LA Rams. You have the LA Chargers. You're assuming you have the Oakland Raiders move to Vegas. It's just, I don't know. Obviously ownership changes and teams move and stuff, but it just gets complicated. Maybe I'll just try to call them the Chargers and call them the Bills and see how that works for me. 2nd and 7 from the 10-yard line. Rivers is in shotgun. You have 2 wide receivers at the bottom of the screen, 2 at the top with Gordon in the backfield. Gordon's going out for a pass. Got good pressure. Good pressure on Philip Rivers. Got right up the middle right away. But he did get the pass off to number 81. Looks like Williams for a touchdown. Number 81 on my sheet is nowhere to be seen. So that's good. But I'm sure some of you Bolts fans know his first name. But yeah, it was quick pressure on Philip Rivers. Philip Rivers just got away. Good coverage overall by Davis, and then Poyer came over to help, but Williams was able to hold on to the ball in the end zone for a touchdown. Mike Williams, thank you. Mike Williams for the touchdown makes it 6-0 Chargers. Again, a quick drive because they again start with the ball at the 38-yard line. We can't always blame our defense when the offense is constantly starting with the ball in our territory. It's just insane. That's the 5th or 6th time already this season where a team has started with the ball on the Bills side of the field. And then our defense is supposed to step up and stop them 3 and outs every time. They can't do that. So 7-0 Chargers with 9:26 to go in the first quarter. Going through some scores again. 3-0 Carolina, 0-0 Minnesota Green Bay, 0-0 Cleveland New Orleans, 0-0 Miami New York. Kansas City's up 7-0. Tampa Bay's up 7-0. Houston, Tennessee, 0-0. Indianapolis did end up scoring a touchdown in the red zone. They had Eric Ebron with a pass from Andrew Luck. So there's a touchdown there. So they are now up 7-0. No O-line. Well, yeah, we have no offensive line. I mean, again, we go 3 and out. So it doesn't start off great. Again, we have the 3 and out on defense. So our defense looked much better than last week when we started by giving them a 10-play, 80-yard drive. Much better on defense to start off. But then we go 3 and out and put our defense right back on the field. And, oh, yeah, by the way, we're going to give the Chargers the ball at the 38-yard line going in. So 73 on the Bills is Buns. That's who he is. I'll tell you in a second here. Is Dion Dawkins. Dion Dawkins, who was probably our best offensive tackle, to be honest with you. No, I'm sorry, offensive guard. No, left tackle, right. Yeah, he's probably our best offensive lineman other than Ryan Groy, who, again, I don't know why we don't switch to guard, but what do I know? If you weren't watching the show earlier, guys, the Buffalo Bills did release Jeremy Curley yesterday. We do need to get this offensive line jump started, which is why I think we need to switch it up, just to show that we can switch it up. Put Wyatt Teller in there. Again, Wyatt Teller had a great preseason. I don't know why he's not in there right now, because I'm not a huge DeCoste fan. I don't think a lot of us are, but we'll see. So coming back from commercial, Bills are getting ready to receive a kickoff after the LA Chargers go 38 yards in 3 or 4 plays to make this game 7-0. I do not think we're in trade talks with Josh Gordon. I think we're waiting. If anything, we're going to wait for the Browns to release him. But if you're asking me if I'd rather Dez Bryant or Josh Gordon, I'm going to say Dez Bryant, even though it's late in his career. I just don't need the trouble. So this is going to be a returnable kick for the Bills. Murphy gets it to about the 25-yard line before he's knocked out. Shown Mike Williams. Again, a good route. I'm not even upset about anything about this play for the Bills. We got pressure on Philip Rivers up the middle right away. We sent 4 even. We only sent 4 and we got pressure right away. He was just able to get rid of it. And even the coverage downfield was pretty good. Poyer was a little late coming over. But yeah, it all starts with the bad punt. I mean, it was a bad punt, the holding. You blame Logan Thomas for the extra 10 yards on the holding penalty. Quick pitch to McCoy. Not pitch, I'm sorry. Quick out to McCoy. You know what? Gains 6-7 yards on first down. That's exactly what we need. So Josh Allen gets his, first completion of his year, of his career, actually, and it's an easy one to give 7 yards to put us ahead of the chains on second down. We're gonna have 2nd and 4 from what looks like the 31-yard line. So 2nd and 4 from the 31. It's a short 4, but they say 4, so. Wow, that was just a weird play. It looked like it was going to be McCoy's the only one of the offensive linemen, which is good. He should be. But Chargers got in there real quick. Looks like Allen was going to try to hand the ball off to McCoy, but the pressure got there so fast. It got there before the handoff to McCoy could even take place, so Allen held on to the ball. McCoy actually thought it was a fumble. Oh, no, it was Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas is the guy who let him through without any blocking. So now it's back to 3rd and 10. 3 wide receivers on the bottom of the screen. Charles Clay comes into motion. And then we have Benjamin on top of the screen with McCoy in the backfield. So Allen's pointing out some pressure coming from one of the corners. Benjamin just, I don't know if that was a miscommunication or something of that nature, but Benjamin just underthrown on the route. I think Benjamin thought it was a streak play, and it looks like Allen thought he'd be coming back for the ball, and he did not. So 4th and 10, another 3 and out for the Bills, and this one started off a little bit better. We started off with that 6-yard completion to McCoy, but from there it didn't get any better from that. Much better punt, the second punt. So it gets to about the 40-yard line, though. Still decent return, which means, again, they're not starting in Bills territory, but they're at the 40. It's not that far away. So San Diego Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers, we'll start with the ball. 1st and 10 with about 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. So Carolina's still up 3-0. Atlanta has the ball, and they're in Carolina territory. Green Bay just scored a touchdown. Actually, it was a blocked punt return. So if you have Green Bay's defense in, that's good for you. But yeah, it's 7-0 Green Bay. 3-0 Cleveland over New Orleans. Jets, Miami are still tied. Kansas City is still up on Pittsburgh, 7-0. Tampa Bay still up on Philadelphia, 7-0. Philly 500 can't be happy about that. I'm sure he's live streaming the game. So if you're interested in the Philly Tampa Bay game, you can definitely tune in, come back and forth maybe. Tennessee's up 7-0. First completion as a starter. Yes, below 0. Sorry about that. But yeah, Tennessee's up 7-0. Dane Cruikshank with a 66-yard TD pass from Kevin Byard, so it doesn't look like Mariota is playing that game. And Indianapolis is still up 7-0 on the E. Brown touchdown. Kansas City just got the ball in the red zone, so they're getting ready to score again on Pittsburgh. So things are not looking good for Steelers Nation out there right now. So we'll keep an eye on that game as well. This game here, 7-0 LA Chargers. The sack, the run play that was turned into a sack because, yeah, that was on Logan Thomas. I mean, Logan Thomas completely whiffed on the block and didn't even get a chance to hand it off to McCoy. So I'm impressed he held onto the ball. If you look, as soon as the handoff the transfer was supposed to happen, McCoy looks back because he doesn't have the ball in his hand like it's a fumble. But no, Josh Allen just held onto the ball. So. Going over some stats for you here in this game. Rivers is 3 for 3 for 37 yards and a touchdown. Phillip Rivers leads the team in rushing, 1 rush for 7 yards. For the Bills, Allen's 1 for 2 for 6 yards, already has 2 sacks. McCoy has 2 rushes for 3 yards. Murphy has a kick return for 22 yards. So that's pretty much it. And our punter is going to be our star again. All right, let's go defense. Got to stop them 3 and out every time. And just imagine the pressure that puts on you as a defender to know that you have to stop them in 3 and out every single time to have a shot because, you not only do swing pass out to I'm gonna see. I've mentioned this guy's name before. I know I mentioned it wrong, but Ekeler, I think is how you say it. Ekeler, whatever. But swing pass out to him for 10 yards on first down, gives them another first down. He's not blocking tight end. Then let's get blocking tight end in there. I mean, Nick O'Leary was a much better blocking tight end, so we got rid of him to help our offense. How much does it help their offense? I mean, seriously. All right, they do a wide receiver comes in motion, takes a handoff from Philip Rivers for gain 15 yards. They are now in Bills territory. Again, same Ekeler, who has the handoff, takes it again into Bills territory, about 15, 20 yards, gets to about the 35-yard line. So again, they are in field goal range already. I have more hope for the Sabres than the Bills this year, and that's sad. That's sad. I think the same way at this point, but I don't have much hope for the Sabres either. So, but we'll see. Go Jack Eichel. Run to Melvin Gordon, sniffed out pretty good. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Looks like Gaines comes up, hurt his hand. He was the first one in there, and he wrapped up Gordon. Gordon got through his wrap up. But by the time he got back to the line of scrimmage, we had people there to plug the hole. So it's going to be 2nd and 10, 6:15 to go in the first quarter. Gaines came and get off the field. It looked like an issue. He was holding his bicep. So I'm not sure what the issue is, but he's getting looked at by the medical staff now. Yeah, I'm not a huge Philip Gaines fan after last week, but you don't want to see his players get hurt. So why release Corey Coleman? Why? I mean, we're going to have a lot of our wide receivers. Why? I don't know why, but Corey Coleman, he just got picked up by New England, right? So we'll see how he does. Our team's just a bunch of idiots. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. Just not. We don't have the talent. We just don't have the talent. How what? I'm sorry, Ted Crafts. What are you asking how for? All right, 7 seconds left on the play clock. 5. Philip Rivers makes an audible run to Gordon, and again, our run defense last week and this week not playing that bad. So now we got 3rd and 11. He actually lost a yard on that play. So this is again one of those situations. They're calling 3rd and 12. So apparently my eyesight's bad. They're calling 3rd and 12. I call it 3rd and 11. But that's okay. This is, again, one of those situations where the Bills need to get off the field here. This would be a long field goal. Oh, we got a left-footed punter. That's why we got rid of Colton Schmidt is who you're thinking of. But that's why we got rid of him. We got a left-footed punter now. It actually has not played that bad. Last week, this week, the 2 punts so far, it's not been that bad. Pressure 4. On Rivers, pressure does not get there on time, and it's a completion to Mike Williams again for a first down. So we can't get off the field here. Again, if we give Philip Rivers that kind of time, he's going to pick us apart. So we have to be able to get to him faster. We did send rush 4. We were getting ready to get to Philip Rivers when he threw it, but that was a lot of time back there. And the LA Chargers have the ball 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Yeah, Hauschka is absolutely the most consistent player on our team right now. And Melvin Gordon takes it to the left side, 20 yards, untouched for a touchdown. Untouched. Untouched for a touchdown. You could still say Shea is the best player on our team, but unfortunately with that offensive line, we won't be able to find out. So that's a touchdown. Melvin Gordon, again, off the left side, makes this game 13-0 Chargers with 4:18 left to go in the first quarter. Just about as bad of a start as last week. Poirier comes in, gets blocked by the fullback. Milano gets blocked by the left tackle, and that was pretty much the only chance the Bills had of tackling Gordon at that point. So the LA Chargers are off to a quick 14-0 lead on the Bills with 4:18 to go in the first quarter. The extra point is good. And yeah, we kind of knew Melvin Gordon might have a good game this week just because there's so many weapons on this team. It's going to be hard to keep track of them all. Already down 14-0, so Josh Allen's going to have to come in and start making plays happen. Mike Williams is killing us. Mike Williams is killing us. But, Mike Williams is killing. Oh, yeah. They're not throwing it to Benjamin at all. I'm sorry, Keenan Allen at all. So I think the reason why that is because Trey White is still one of the best corners in the game. But we'll see what happens later in this game. They're still playing a game to go. Still playing a game to go. Phillip Rivers has started this game 5 for 5 for 64 yards. Melvin Gordon now has 4 rushes for 21 yards. So prior to that run, he had 3 rushes for a yard. So, that was pretty good. But all of a sudden this happens, and that looks really bad. So he has 4 rushes for 21 yards. Eckler has 1 rush for 16 yards. Mike Williams has 2 catches for 27 yards and a touchdown. For the Bills, again, the stats really haven't changed much, of course, because we haven't had the ball since last time. So on commercial break, I'll go over the scores again. The Chargers are up on the Bills, 14-0. Atlanta, Carolina is now tied at 3. Minnesota, Green Bay, Minnesota scored a touchdown. They're now tied at 7. Minnesota scored a touchdown. Treadwell with a 14-yard TD pass from Kirk Cousins. Cleveland, New Orleans is 3-3. Miami and the Jets. Miami is in the red zone, getting ready to score. Kansas City is up 14-0 on Pittsburgh. They had a Travis Kelce with a 19-yard touchdown to make that game 14-0. Tampa still up 7-0 on Philadelphia. Tennessee still up 7-0 on Houston, and Indianapolis is still up 7-0 on Washington. So I think the surprise is Kansas City 14, Pittsburgh nothing. I'm not surprised Kansas City is winning that game. But, I thought Pittsburgh would put up a bigger fight than this. You know what I mean? So, yeah, things are not looking good for Pittsburgh fans, not looking good for Bills fans. But a lot of game left to go, so we'll see what happens. If I was a Steelers fan, I'd have more hope because they seem to have a better offense than we do. But so does everyone else in the league, so go Bills. Issue is, guys, I haven't started drinking alcohol yet. And it's already 1:30. What's my problem? What's my problem? That's embarrassing for Pittsburgh because it's their home opener too. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's see what we can do. The Chargers getting ready to kick it off to the Bills. 14-0, 4:18 left to go in the first. Looks like this one's going to be a touchback by Marcus Murphy. So we are going to start with the ball at the 25-yard line. Allen's coming back out after already being sacked twice, I think. Maybe 3 times. No, twice. And the 1 sack, he has been sacked twice, but I actually think it was smart for him to take the 1 sack and not risk that exchange between McCoy and him going awry. Just tuck the ball back in, take the sack. So he's under center. We have 2 on the left side. Swing pass to McCoy. Looks like he gained 9.5 on first down. Yeah, so 9 yards on first down. Should have got the ball out to get that first down, but it's now going to be 2nd and 1. And so hopefully we can get first down in this drive. Hopefully we can keep the ball going, move the ball downfield a little bit. 2 for 3, 15 yards. Both his completions have been those little swing out passes to McCoy. And, they've been the only offense we've had so far today. So we have 2nd and 1 from the 34-yard line. Looks like this is going to be a run for McCoy. Nope. They faked a reverse. Looking downfield, not seeing anyone open. Allen's going to actually run and pick up the first down. So that's something Nathan Peterman didn't give us last week. He was able to scramble around, unable to find someone open, and pulls the ball down, tucks it in, gets a couple of yards for the first down. So first half first down for the Bills. Very exciting, right? Only a game and a quarter into the season, and we get our first half first down. So, but first down, got the ball to about the 37-yard line, which was just enough. He does have Charles Clay open on the left-hand side, but he was rolling out to the other side before that happened. McCoy with a run on first down, gets the ball to about the 42-yard line, gets about 4 yards there. So now the Bills are beginning to move the ball a little bit. Still rely on the run game. We have a game break. The Dolphins have scored. Drake with a touchdown right up the middle. So the Miami Dolphins are up 7-0 on the New York Jets. I could care less who wins that game. Like I said, whoever wins that game is going to start 2-0. So now we got the ball 2nd and 5 at the 41.5-yard line. High snap, quick completion, first down, a little bit more. Foster, first Robert Foster sighting we've seen this season, really. I think he had one catch last week, so it was he came in motion. It was one of those quick little bop passes, so it counts as a pass in the books, but it wasn't much of a pass. High snap, he was able to get that one away, which was awesome. And another first down, and we are in LA Chargers territory, guys. This is what we want to see: the Bills moving the ball downfield a little bit more. Give that defense time to rest. Even if we don't score here, guys, this is a great drive, a momentum-building drive for Josh Allen, who's now 3 for 4 for 26 yards. Foster, that was an 11-yard reception. Fake handoff to McCoy from under center, and an incomplete pass. Looks like he was looking for Kroom on that one, but was broken up. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Obviously, we want to score. Why isn't Josh throwing? I'm not going to lie. I think it's mostly a confidence thing. We want to get his confidence built up so that way, when we do have him throw downfield, he's had 2 passes down the field. That last one to Kroom was about a 6-yard route, and one to Benjamin, and they were both incomplete. So get the rookie's confidence up a little bit and see what he can do. 2nd down now, we run McCoy. He bounces it outside for what looks to be about 20 yards, gets it to a 30-yard line, but there is a flag. There is a flag. It looks like it's in the way of holding. 79. Jordan Mills with the hold. McCoy finally breaks loose, and they call number 79, Jordan Mills with the hold. Takes us back out of San Diego territory, puts us behind the chains, which is awesome. It's a good call. It's a good call. Yeah, we didn't need it. McCoy didn't need the hold to make it happen, but now we got 2nd and 20. This offensive line, guys. This offensive line, I tell you what. It's going to be a complaint all year, but 2nd down, Allen trying to buy time. Floats it to Murphy out of the backfield, and it's just too high. Floats it too high on him. And the sad thing is Murphy had room to run after he caught it. Yeah, it was an easy throw. Just a little overthrown. Might get ready to start breaking things here soon, guys. But again, though, you have to take the positives out of this drive. Couple first downs on this drive. It's now 3rd and 20. Man, Murphy has so much room to run if he catches that ball. And the ball is behind him and high, so it's not his fault he didn't catch it. But man, he has so much room to run. Allen needs to get that embarrassed spot. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers set down to the bottom of the screen, one up top. One of the receivers is Clay. He comes in the block. Ball is way overthrown. I don't even know who it was intended for. Allen got hit on the play. So it's going to be 4th and 20. Here comes the draw. Below zero, I don't know if you were here for the past 2 weeks, or I guess 2 out of the last 3 weeks of the Cincinnati game in preseason and last week. Man, I'll go off about that stupid shotgun draw play. Oh, my gosh, I hate that play. But anyway. So now it's going to be 4th and 20. There is a flag down. That's weird. I'm going to turn this up for a minute, see if I can get with this. That was just completely after the play. If this is going to be a first down for Buffalo. Tennessee has scored again. Taylor with an 18-yard TD reception. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Going to be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. I'm not going to go that far, Big Cock Allen. I'm not that mean. Wow. Wow. Desmond King with an unsportsmanlike conduct foul gives the Bills a gift for a first down. I know Mills looks terrible. Oh, man. Mills is definitely getting an earful on the sideline right now. Oh, Josh Allen. Josh Allen looks horrible. Yeah, again, it's his first start. Nerves, yeah, absolutely are a part of it. And again, not getting any help from your offensive line doesn't help matters at all. But the Bills throw the ball 1st and 10. Hey, a long completion to the 20-yard line to Charles Clay. So first big long completion of the day. So that might help in the confidence factor a little bit. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bills by I'm going to say about 20, 25-yard completion by Josh Allen there. So thank you, Chargers, for the gift. Let's see if we can capitalize here. Josh Allen's 4 for 8 for 47 yards. The ball's at the 21-yard line. McCoy gets the ball and just gets back to the line of scrimmage. He struggles to get back to the line of scrimmage, but yeah, it wasn't a makeup call. I don't think it was a makeup call anyway. I mean, I don't know. I think they're going a little bit too far on the unsportsmanlike. I don't know what was said, but like just going like this, like waving goodbye or whatever, maybe that's not unsportsmanlike. In high school, I have to call that one. I do officiate high school football, and I would have to call that. So, but this is the NFL. That will take us to the end of the first quarter, guys, with the Chargers up 14-0. But the Bills are driving, which is something we don't say too much. End of the first quarter, the Chargers are up 14-0. Again, thank you for joining me here on Believers Talk. If this is your first time, we will live stream most, if not all, of the Bills regular season games. So if you are Bills fans, you do want to subscribe. You want to hit that notification bell. We also give you videos throughout the week, post-game, pre-game, and prediction shows. And whenever big transactions, any transactions really happen throughout the season, we will give you updates here on Believers Talk. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. But the reason why I don't think it was a makeup call is because Mills definitely held. Like that was a definite holding call on Mills. So I thought that was a fine call on Mills, but well, so far this season we don't say that too much. Being a Bills fan is fun, though. Being an NFL fan is fun. Yeah, it's tough. There's a lot of heartbreak in there, but man, it's fun. We have a good time, you know. I mean, obviously, I don't know. Do you guys see that? And I would never jump through a table. But did you guys see that the tailgaters in Buffalo, if they jump through tables now, can get like fined and kicked out of the stadium and stupid stuff like that? We believe, buddy. Believe. LOL. But yeah, best fan base. But yeah, I saw the story of you're the only one here. I don't know who else is here. We have 51 people in here, so hopefully at least there's another Bills fan. I hope I don't have 50 Chargers fans in here and one Bills fan. That'd be, I mean, I'm happy to have them. I mean, you can definitely stay and enjoy, but yeah, Fox 87, I thought he would still be here. There's definitely some Bills fans in here, and I appreciate all of you for coming on here, watching the game with me. As the Bills again are losing 14-0, makes it a little bit more. It makes it a little easier. I would be yelling a lot more if I wasn't on camera right now. That's all I'm saying. So, and people who know me can attest to that. So, but the Bills are losing 14-0, driving down the field. Looks like they're I think about the 20-yard line as we get back from break here. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Chiefs just scored again, I see. Wow. So let me go back here and check out the Chargers game, let you all know who scored. Chargers up 21-0 on Pittsburgh. It was a Kareem Hunt touchdown from Patrick Mahomes. So that game is now 21-0. That's crazy. So we got 15 minutes. Second quarter is just starting here. 2nd and 10. Just no lost plays. You know, let's get positive yardage. Allen's 3 for 6 for 41 yards. This drive's taking 4 minutes and 18 seconds, which I think equals like time possession we've had in the last game combined. So that's good. Allen's getting flushed out of the pocket, and he gets sacked. Come on! I just said we can't take a play for a loss, and that's exactly what happened. Sack back to it, and it's a 12-yard loss too, guys. So, I mean, luckily we have Steven Hauschka, but it makes the field goal no easier. So hopefully here on 3rd down we do something. But come on. So they're showing Zay Jones running a curl route here. If he's open, he's not. And now there's a penalty. Now there's a penalty. And if this is on Buffalo, this takes us close to out of field goal range. I don't even think that that sack was all on the O-line either. You know, Allen needs to know when the pressure's collapsing. He can't just keep running backwards. I know he wants to get away from the pressure, but play was shut down because officials were not in position. So there's no flag. If there's a flag, it's on the officials. Whitehat's talking to Josh Allen now. Yeah, Zay Jones cuts out his curl route and he's open. So Allen is starting off the season with his first start of his career, missing some open targets. He had Clay open on one play. Quick out to McCoy again. Don't think he's going to get 20-some yards, but he does get back to the 25-yard line to make the field goal a little bit easier for Hauschka, hopefully. I just talked about not yelling, and then I just want to go off. Adams just had a touchdown for Green Bay, makes that game 14-7. Green Bay over Minnesota. New Orleans, Cleveland still tied 3-3. What the heck? Taking a 12-yard sack on 2nd and 10. Find the open receiver, get it to him quickly. Hauschka's line up for what looks like would be a 44-yard field goal. 43-yarder. And he made it. So 14-3 Buffalo. Again, a decent drive. Ended badly, but he did make it. It was close. It actually started bending the other way. I don't think he was expecting that. It was a little close, but 14-3. Scored points earlier than the last game, so that's a plus. 13:38 to go in the second quarter. Buffalo 3, LA Chargers 14. I ain't saying it, guys, but this is a much better game this is a much better start than last game. We're still on 14-3, but what a better start, right? So you didn't make it, and now the defense has some rest. Defense has some rest. Let's see how the defense comes out on the field when they've been rested. I mean, again, we saw the first drive for the Chargers went 3 and out. So that's nothing, guys. The Bills will get the ball to start the second half. So if we can keep this manageable, not let them get in the end zone here, maybe even score more points on the other side. I mean, there's still 13 minutes left to go in the second quarter, so there's going to be a couple possessions here. But man, let's try to keep this close. Below 0, again, baby steps. You're not wrong. Baby steps. This is improvement, especially when you have a rookie quarterback. Those baby steps are important. Maybe this is a good time, as Maurice Morton just mentioned, for that defensive defensive turnover. I mean, so let's go over some scores. So I just looked at the Chiefs game because that's what I was at from keeping you guys updated in the last, and it said the Chiefs are in the red zone. That can't be right. I hope that's not right, but I'll tell you in a second. Chargers are up on the Bills, 14-3, of course. Carolina, Atlanta's tied 3-3. Green Bay just went up on Minnesota, 14-7. New Orleans, Cleveland still tied 3-3. What's going on in New Orleans? You know what I mean? Like, is Cleveland that much improved where they can tie Pittsburgh? Who, by the way, Pittsburgh obviously is not looking that great to start. And now they're tied with New Orleans in the second quarter. I don't know. Miami's up on the Jets, 7-0. Just for fun, let's look at Sam Darnold's stats. Sam Darnold is 6 for 10 for 52 yards and an interception, kind of degressing a little bit. Again, he didn't play that great Monday night. He managed the game well. He did some good things. But you can't name someone a superstar after one performance, bad or good or bad. You can't do that. So Big Ben will retire soon, maybe. Bills getting ready to kick it off. I'm going to go through some scores. Kansas City's up 21-0. They have the ball back, but they're not in the red zone. Tampa Bay still up 7-0. Tennessee's up 14-0 in Houston. Indy's still up 7-0 in Washington. Excuse me, guys. Bills are getting ready to kick it off here. Kick it into the end zone, so it's going to be a touchback. So Chargers will start at the 25-yard line. We do need to be patient with this guy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not impressed, but I'm not mad at him for some of this play. Like, he's missed some open receivers, yeah, but that's the stuff that he's missing is definitely stuff that can be worked on, and that has to make you happy if you're a Bills fan, because you can work on your progressions and how you see things. And right now, if he's not seeing things, I don't want him forcing the ball anyway, right? So I'm not all that upset. It's a much better start than last week. Our offense has quadrupled, if not quintupled, the yardage in the first half from last week to this week. So they start with a run to the left, and again, it's a huge run. We can't tackle him either. It's not Gordon. This time it's that Eckinger guy, but he's slow to get up. Keller, I'm sorry. Slow to get up. He's moving over to the sideline a little gingerly. So, but it's a huge run from the 25. They just got to pretty much the 45-yard line. So a 20-yard run on first down. Yeah, these flats and screens, so far they've actually been there, right? I mean, I think McCoy has 3 of them now. So, and Murphy had that one the one little out route that he was open for that just got missed. So they're there. So they got the 47-yard line, 1st and 10, I formation, fake handoff, wide open is, who's this? Is this Gates? Nope, Green again. Green with another huge completion, and they're already in Bills territory. So much for the defense getting rest and being better, right? So far, it doesn't look that way at all. So you see the fake handoff to Melvin Gordon pulls in the linebackers. And then Green's just wide open behind him, gets the ball into Bills territory to the 30-yard line for another first down. 1st and 10, 12:20 to go in the second quarter, 14-3 LA over Buffalo. Again, they're just moving the ball downfield. One in the backfield, they run a little pitch to that Keller guy again, and he gets another first down. 3 plays, 3 first downs. Three plays, 3 first downs. And this is a defense that at the beginning of the year, I was questioning if we could be a top 10 defense. You know, I ran a poll on Twitter and asked if we could be a top 10, top 5, and this is what's happening. We're getting torn apart. Why are we getting torn apart? They just had a good amount of time off the field. Like, come on. We get 1 good defensive series per game. Last game, it was the 2nd series. This game, it's the 1st. We need to do better. We need to do better. Another run to Gordon. Oh, man. I know he only gained 1 yard after it, but Vontae Davis has Gordon tackled, and Gordon loses all moment. Like, he has him tackled, and he just lets him go. I'm not sure if he thought that Gordon was already tackled and down or what he thought, if he was thinking at all. I don't know. Don't know. But now it's 2nd and 5. At least they didn't get first down on first down, right? I don't know. Ball inside the 10-yard line at the 8. 2nd and 5. Throw it to the end. Oh, no. Throw to Gordon. Touchdown. Hope you have Gordon in fantasy because he already has 2 touchdowns and we still have 10.5 to go in the first half. So he's just faster than Edmonds on that one. Breaks out of the backfield, catches the ball around the 5-yard line, and just runs it in. So Edmonds just can't keep with him. And yeah, he runs it to the sideline and scores, gets in easily. So it looks like Rivers is 7 for 7 for 96 yards and 2 touchdowns, guys. He hasn't even thrown an incompletion. 7 for 7. 21-3, 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. I mean, they said it couldn't get much worse than last week, so it hasn't got much worse, but it hasn't gotten much better either. So see what happens. Let's go through some scores real quick. I'll go through some other stats other than Philip Rivers being a perfect 7 for 7. It's just ridiculous, by the way, guys. Just ridiculous. Is no one guarding downfield? I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, let's go over some scores. That's not what I want. Man, where are these scores at? Where are these scores at? Chargers are up. 10:43 left in the second quarter. 21-3 on the Bills. Carolina, Atlanta's 3-3. Carolina has the ball in the red zone, 1st and goal at Atlanta's 6. Green Bay is up 14-7. Green Bay has the ball at the 25. New Orleans and Cleveland still tied 3-3. Miami still up on the Jets 7-0. Pittsburgh looks like Pittsburgh just scored a touchdown. 26-yard pass from Ben to Jesse James. So they get on the board. So it's 21-7. Tampa still up 7-0 on Philadelphia. Tennessee is still up 14-0 on Houston. And Indianapolis is still up 7-0 on Washington. The games to come later: Arizona at LA, Detroit at San Fran, Oakland at Denver, New England at Jacksonville. Primetime game tonight: New York Giants at Dallas. So those are the games tonight. Going back to Thursday night, Baltimore lost to Cincy 34-23. Put our blowout loss to Baltimore in perspective as to how good is Baltimore. I think they're a little worse than what they proved to us last week. I think they're a little better than the Thursday night game. Thursday night road games, always tough. Never go according to plan. I'm still not a fan of the Thursday night game. I don't know about any of you guys. But me personally, I was not a fan of it just because, it's just really hard to be able to come right back after a Sunday game to play on Thursday, even traveling. I know Baltimore, Cincinnati is not that far, but you have to remember you're sleeping in a hotel room, food you're not used to, field you're not used to, practice schedule you're probably not used to. I'm just not a fan of the Thursday night game. They talk about protecting the league, protecting the players. Get rid of that Thursday night game. That game was, what was that? The Thursday night game against Cincinnati. I went live at halftime. I actually came on here earlier than halftime because that game was so prolonged to end the first half. It was ridiculous. The score currently is LA Chargers 21, Buffalo Bills 3. Buffalo just received the kickoff touchback, so they're going to start with the ball at the 25-yard line. There's 10:43 left to go in the first half. The last thing I wanted the Chargers to do was score a touchdown on that drive, and while they moved down the field, it wasn't even hard. Like, they scored on 5 plays, and they started at 25, like their own 25, and they just moved down the field. First 4 plays were 4 first downs. It was just pathetic. Just pathetic. Josh Allen has 13 dropbacks. He's already been hurried 7 times. He's been hurried more than half the times he's dropped back. Another drop back, play action McCoy. You have to find someone, man. Catch by Zay Jones to about the 30-yard line for 5 yards. 2nd and 5. That's actually good. What do I think about our defense? Obviously not that good. I'm not happy with our defense at all right now. I mean, we all said on here, it's hard to stop a team when they get the ball in the other team gets the ball in positive field position every game or every time, and we get 3 and outs every time. Well, we just had a 5-minute drive where we scored a field goal. They started with the ball at the 25-yard line, and it still looked bad. Murphy, with his first rush of the day, gets about 3 yards. I think that was a shotgun. So it's gonna be 3rd and 2. Again, these 3rd and manageables are what we need to do. We need to keep it to 3rd and manageables. Hopefully, we can score on this drive. If we want to have a chance here, score on this drive, stop them, maybe even score again. There are 9.5 minutes to go in this game. Well, yeah, I mean, these are things that he'll do better. Another run to Murphy, this time to the right side. This one's stuffed out by San Diego. Makes it 4th and about 4 or 5. Many cap space, all linemen and Le'Veon. This offensive line's pathetic. Thanks, John, for joining me again. I appreciate that. This offensive line is just pathetic. There's nothing good to say about this offensive line, and the defense has not done any better. Like I was trying to say, like we all stated, oh, well, if they get time to rest, if they get the ball in decent field position, they'll prove who they are. And on the first drive of the game, we stopped them 3 and out, looked great. But that last drive, again, 4 plays, 4 first downs. Mystery loves company. Yeah, we'll get a few wins this year, but and guys, we just went through it. 18-year playoff drought. It's not gonna be that bad. It's not gonna be that bad. So we punt it to the 18-yard line. Coverage gets down there pretty good, but we still have to make a tackle. He's backing up. He's back to the 10 now. Realized he should probably go forward, and he gets it back to about the 18-yard line. So again, here we go again. The defense has a chance to step up and make a play. You know, Philip Rivers is still 7 for 7. How good of a defense can we have? We can't even force an incomplete pass. Melvin Gordon, although his first 3 rushes equaled 1 yard, since then, pretty much unstoppable. I can understand. Like, it's just bad. It's just really bad. I can't imagine the Cleveland-New Orleans game is much better, but it just looks really bad. As a Bills fan, like, I want a better product. And you know, again, I will wait off till next year because, as John mentioned, we have close to 100 million cap space next season. We know about our offensive line problems now, so we can address them. Like, I'll give you next season, Sean and Brandon. But after that, it's going to be rough for me. Like, if we come out next season and we put up a product like this, it's really going to be tough for me to stick by Sean and Bean and say, oh, yeah, Tyrod Magic. Because what was it, 3-3? 3-3. But Tyrod Magic. Let's talk about Tyrod Magic. He's 5 for 6 for 24 yards. Okay. Check down T, back at it again. Also, it's 0 rushes for 0 yards. So let's go through some scores real quick. Chargers up 21-3 against Buffalo. Carolina is actually up on Atlanta 10-3 now. Carolina had a touchdown by Jarius Wright, a 5-yard touchdown. Now, find many of you starting Jarius Wright on your fantasy team, maybe. Green Bay is up 14-7. New Orleans is in the red zone against Cleveland. It's still 3-3, however. Miami is up on the Jets 7-0. Kansas City is up on Pittsburgh 21-7. Pittsburgh did just get the ball back. Tampa's still up on Philly 7-0. I don't know what's going on with those Eagles. Tennessee's up on Houston 14-0. And Washington has scored a field goal to make the Indy-Washington game 7-3. I'm checking on those Eagles now for you, John. Nick Foles is 9 for 12. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with those Eagles. Back to the Bills game. Again, all right, so here's the first 4 possessions. First drive, they three plays, 9 yards. Second drive, they got 38 and a touchdown. So, again, here's our chance. This great defense, they're starting with the ball at the 19-yard line. Let's see if we can step up, maybe force an incompletion even. Hey, we forced an incompletion. And Philip Rivers went down. Guys, whole new ballgame. I don't think the Bills knew that the quarterback doesn't have to complete all of his passes. So I think now that they know that, it might add to some better defense, maybe. Well, we don't trade out. Here's the problem with trying to trade out at this point if we get the first number 1 overall pick, which I don't want to say we're going to get in the number 1 overall pick. But if we get the number 1 overall pick, I'll say after this play. Second down, Philip Rivers is in shotgun. 2nd and 10. Melvin Gordon goes into motion. He's up top on the top of the screen. To Philip Rivers left. It looks like there was a false start on the offense. However, there's no call, no flag on the field. Allen breaks it for 11 yards. Quick pass to Keenan Allen. He gets an 11-yard completion. It looked like the left tackle moved early. Even on the replay, it looks like 76 moved early, but there's no call, so it doesn't matter. So that's another first down for the LA Chargers. But if we get the first overall pick, the issue right now is there's no quarterbacks. But this happens a lot. You know, quarterbacks are such a high after position. There's no quarterbacks worth trading to the number 1 overall pick for. It's not like this year's draft where you had quarterback. 1st and 10, I formation for the Chargers at the 30-yard line. Run with Melvin Gordon right up the middle. Gets about 3 yards. So the boy's gang tackled by, it looks like, Milano, Bush, and there was another guy in there I missed. But, yeah, so Milano and Bush come in on the tackle. Okay, Bills fan, you saw it too. Good. I'm not the only one saying things. Okay. Yeah, it was there was definitely movement on that play. Buffalo Bills outscored 47-3 in the first half so far this year. So that's a good stat to see. And it could get worse. There's still 7.5 minutes to go in the second quarter here. 21-3 Chargers over the Bills. And here comes another first down. This time to Williams again. Williams was killing us at the start of this game, so another quick 7-yard pass to Williams, gets out of bounds, makes it 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Houston's down 14-0. If anyone watched the show, I actually had Houston as my surprise team in the AFC to make the Super Bowl. Doesn't look that good so far, but well, expect Watson to come back from injury and be okay. It's probably foolish. So y'all need to believe. I believe in what I see. I see wide open receivers. Fumble. That's a fumble. That's a fumble? Is that a fumble? What do you guys think? That was close. It's going to be reviewed. It might come back. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if the ground caused the fumble. Philip Rivers was yelling that was, so it's interesting the fact that Rivers can see that far away, but hold on. They're talking about it. They're discussing it. While they discuss it, why don't you show me the replay? It was definitely a fumble, but then they're saying it was covered by Los Angeles. Sean McDermott already threw a challenge flag. Like, how can you challenge that? The ball is obviously out. The ball is obviously out. If this is like last week, well, we can't jump on a damn ball. Like, we have 4 guys there. They have their wide receiver. That's it. And we can't jump on a ball? This isn't on Travaris Cadet either. Like, how is that LA's ball? Yarbrough was the one that came out of the pile with it. There has to be clear recovery, and you're just not going to see it in a pile. You're just not going to see it. This is ridiculous. This is the stuff that annoys me. How can you see a pile and a Bills player comes up with the ball, and then you say it's the Chargers' ball? This might get me fired up. This might get me fired up. You know, if you're a Chargers fan, you kind of have to be mad at Kyle Williams, or I'm sorry, Mike Williams. Like, he had the first down again. Williams doesn't have the ball. It's in between Evans' legs right now. There's no way they're going to be able to reverse this decision, guys. But this is a terrible decision. This is a terrible decision. How can a Bills player come up with a ball in a pile, which, by the way, you can't see in the pile unless you have X-ray vision? Wow. Wow. The announcer even said, oh, y'all were coming with the ball. So a Bills player comes up with the ball, and y'all just, you take a 5-minute break to say, well, do we really want to give the Bills a break? Or not even give the Bills a break. Do we want to call this game fair? No. Okay, Chargers ball. Of course the ruling on the field stands. First down, LA Chargers. I mean, I'm not surprised the ruling stands. I can't be surprised the ruling stands. You've got to be kidding me. All right. We got to get over it. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Going in. Looks like it's going to be a run play to the left with Melvin Gordon, but I don't know. Melvin Gordon's the only one in the backfield right now. 1st and 10. Fake to Melvin Gordon. I was wrong. Pass to Melvin Gordon. Gets to about the 30-yard line before he's tackled by Edmonds and Bush. This is actually not alcohol in my cup right now. Yeah, no, I actually just have iced tea in my cup right now. Haven't started the drinking yet. This is rough first game. Take him out of the NFL. You can't blame the ref for that. So the ref can't see that play. So the line judge is making that call. You know, and like, again, once you review it, you can't change it because you're in a pile. There's no clear recovery. And Gordon gets a first down on a swing pass. Hughes tried to go for the ball there. Gets it to about the 20, I think. Hughes goes for the ball to rip it out. I don't understand why. You might as well tackle him. They're not going to give us the ball anyway. So 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. I can't believe it. Bills fan 1970, thanks for joining me again. I'm sorry if you're out. The year will get better. The Eagles just tied it, by the way. Clement had a 15-yard touchdown rush. I think the year will get better. We'll constantly see Josh Allen improve. We'll see Tremaine Edmonds improve. You guys might be surprised on some of the games we win this year, but yeah, from week 1 to week 2, it's ridiculous. But I just won't. I probably won't get over that fumble for the rest of the game. I just still can't believe it. Melvin Gordon's on the sideline getting looked at. The Dolphins scored. Wilson on a 29-yard. Allowed 9 touchdowns and 9 red zone opportunities so far this season. First of all, it's week 2, and it's a game and a half into the season, and we've already allowed 10 red zone trips. Excuse me, guys. All right, you guys come back, man. I'll be here. I'll be here for every game. Misery. Oh, and there's Williams getting it inside the 5. Was that Williams or was that Allen? Sorry, it's Allen. Plays a little hopscotch with Tremaine Edmonds. Edmonds falls for it. No doubt, second half break. Oh, good. Okay. All right, I'll be here in the second half. Still yelling about that fumble that the Bills recovered, but didn't get credit for. Didn't get credit for because, you know, why call this game why when someone comes up with the ball would they be the team recovering it? That's just insane. Philip Rivers mishandles the snap, gets it back, clear possession by Rivers this time, and gets sacked or loses a couple yards. He gets up yelling at the Bills players. Don't know what for, but we'll let it go because, well, it's Philip Rivers. Looks like he was yelling at Murphy for something. Don't know what, but it was Yarbrough. Maybe Yarbrough was trying to come up with the ball again. Maybe that would. I just can't believe it. Chargers called timeout, guys. Which is good because I still need a moment to get over that fumble. I just don't believe it. If you guys didn't see it, Williams caught the ball, was running, tried to jump over a defensive player, got hit, got upended. As he was falling to the ground, the ball came out. The Bills, Yarbrough came up with the ball out of the pile. They ruled it Chargers ball. Imagine if Chargers got stuck with Eli. I often do think about that, actually. You know, just imagine how much better the Giants would have been with Philip Rivers. You know what I mean? Like, wow. But for all we say about it, I'm sure Philip Rivers would rather a ring or 2, like Eli Manning has. So, but a lot of things change in that scenario. From season to season, game to game, everything. There's a flag, hopefully on. Oh, look at that. They do see when San Diego or LA commits a penalty. False start on the offense. How about that? So now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 9 instead of 1st and goal from the 4, or from the 10 instead of the 5, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like number 69, Tevi, was the culprit. So thanks to you, Robert. I'm going to need if misery loves company, I'm going to need as much company as I can get this whole season. So, you know, just the way it is. So first and goal from the 10, fake handoff. And it looks like, nope, before they got the sack, Rivers was able to dump it off to Gordon. Gordon gets it back down to the 2-yard line. This is crazy. It's crazy. Murphy is able to get to Rivers, knock him down, but before, as Rivers is going to the ground, he kind of pitches it. And they're taking this to the 2-minute warning on 3rd and goal. Even though they can't technically. Tell me they said that's a 2-minute warning. All right, guys. So here we go. More officiating blunders. So that way I don't have to explain the whole clock situation. I'll just explain it from 5 seconds. So with 5 seconds left on the play clock, the game clock read 2:06. With 4 seconds left on the play clock, the game clock read 2:05. With 3 seconds left on the play clock, 2:04, or 2:03. You get it. A second ahead of each time. And yet when it hit 0, we're at the 2-minute warning. How does that happen? How do we miss a second? I cannot, Streetwide, sorry, I can't place the camera on the TV. YouTube will shut me down if I do that. So all I can do is the live play-by-play and reaction. So I do apologize for that, but yeah, YouTube would shut me down. Bills could come back, yeah. No, I don't think if they could, the refs would even let them. So 10-10, Carolina, Atlanta. Atlanta came back to tie it. So Calvin Ridley with an 11-yard TD pass to make that game 10-10. The Green Bay Minnesota game is still 14-7. Well, John, it's ridiculous. Like I said, the play clock was a second in front of the game clock. And then all of a sudden, when there's 0 on the play clock and it says 2:01 or 0 on the play clock, 2:01 on the game clock, we take a commercial break for the 2-minute warning. They just do that. They just say, "And who cares about that extra second?" Which is fine. To be honest, it's fine if you do it for every NFL team. No, it's not fine if you do it for every NFL team. There's a minute why these quarters are 15 minutes long, not 14 minutes and 59 seconds long. Cleveland's up 6-3 on the Saints. Miami's up 14-0. Looks like Pittsburgh just scored again. This time, however, Chris Boswell missed the extra point. Juju Smith-Schuster with a touchdown to make it 21-13, and then a missed extra point. Tampa's up 13-7, or 14-7 now. After the Eagles tied it, they scored what looks like the next play from scrimmage. So back from commercial, 2 minutes to go, second 2-yard line, 3rd and goal. If they don't get this touchdown, the refs will give it to them. 76 jumped again. There was definitely another false start at number 76 that was missed again. That's the second one that I've seen from my living room that has not been called. 76 gets to do whatever he wants. He'll start whenever he wants. Believe me, our defensive line isn't that great. You don't need to get a head start. Anyhow, Gordon's in the end zone for a touchdown. 3rd touchdown of the day. They're not going to show the instant replay from the beginning of the play because they know the refs screwed up. And they keep screwing up. Take this video and someone show this to stinking NFL films. I don't give a damn. Show this to the refs. 76 is jumping upside or false starting every play. I can see it. I'm not saying that we'd be beating the Chargers if 76 didn't jump. No. Our defensive line is not that great. But call it. Call it. Anyhow, minute 55 left to go in the first half. This game is 28-3. 28-3. Roll up. Okay, listen. I'm not sitting here saying that the Los Angeles Chiefs. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible, guys. The Los Angeles Chargers would not be beating us. They would be. We look horrible. And this game is going exactly how everyone thought it would go. 28-3 in the first half. Okay. But call it. If you're a Chargers fan, if you're watching this, please tell me you see 76 jumping on every. Well, again, I saw on really two. But, I mean, two big plays. You know, tell me how a player can come up with the ball in a pile up and you can just say it's the other team's ball. Just tell me. Please. You can't. You can't. These officials can, but most people can't. Most people can't. The Colts are up 14-3 on the Redskins now. It's going to be a touchback. You can't. You think Matthews was better than Gordon? I don't know about that. Gordon's just a stud. He's a top 5 back, if not better, in the league. Just a stud. No, it's not just like the catch rule. It's not just like the catch rule. The catch rule has gray in it, right? The catch rule, there's this gray that no one likes that we need an explanation about every single play. First down, it was a seam pass up the middle to Clay, incomplete. Broke up by him with 33 jammer, maybe? No. I don't know. But there's no gray in a false start. You don't move before the snap of a ball, period. It's not you don't move unless the refs think it's okay for you to move, just like it's okay if we miss a second in the game because the refs don't feel like that second's important. No, there's no gray. Allen goes deep. Zay Jones, I mean, that was beautiful. That's why we drafted Josh Allen. That was beautiful. So, from about the 25-yard line, Josh Allen slung it in the air to the opposing team's 20 to Zay Jones, and it was a completion. So now we're at the 18-yard line, 1st and 10 Buffalo. Josh Allen scrambling again, and he just throws it out of the back of the end zone. Holmes was in the area. But, man, what a great pass. That's why I picked him. What a catch. You know, Zay Jones should call it the first time. I don't know why I bobbled it like that. That was a great throw. 7 for 13 now for 118 yards. 2nd and 10, minute 5 to go. Ingram's limping off the field for the Chargers. I can't, guys. I can't get over the And I try. Like, here's the thing, guys. I try to give the refs breaks because, like I said, I'm a high school official, so I get it. But man, that's bad. When and it's not even like it's the guy on the inside. It's the tackle. It's not the guard. So like if it's the guard and you miss it, like there's someone blocking you. So you know it is what it is. I still get mad, but like I get some like he's right there. That's the guy that you should be queuing on to start to play. And everyone moved except for the center. Everyone moved except for the center. Snap counts, eh? Gotta love them. They say it's on 73, but it was everybody except for the center. Wow. Yeah. Our 76 got called for it. Even when everyone moved, I don't think it was his fault, but they saw 76, so they gave it to him. You can't take Allen's play style. Yeah. Again, you can't. Nice catch by Clay. So on 2nd 15, it was a nice catch by Clay, getting it to the 15-yard line. Minute to go in the first half. Bills down 28-3. Let's see if we can get in the end zone. Miami is killing the Jets to score again. I don't know. I'm just so third and 7. We are a bad team, guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie, we're a bad team. At least that's what we're showing in the first game and a half. We're a bad team. Teams don't need refs giving them breaks. Teams don't need refs missing calls. Like, call it. They don't need to get an extra second on the clock. Allen gets sacked immediately. I feel like we false start on that one too. Just no one called it. I don't know. 4th down, another field goal for Hauschka. Again, in my fantasy pregame, I said that if you have any Bills players, the only one I'd consider starting is Hauschka, maybe McCoy. And Hauschka might get you another field goal here. Green Bay is up 17-7 at halftime. Yeah, Ingram, who was hurt earlier, was back in the game, and he came from the right side untouched, got a sack. I think that's the 3rd sack of the game for the Chargers. So on 4th and 15, Hauschka comes out to attempt another field goal. Looks like this one's going to be from about 41 yards out, not 41-yard attempt. Pretty much from down the middle. It's up. It's good. You know, we doubled our point total from last week in 1/2. So that's the good news. The bad news is it's 28-6 with a minute to go. I'm sorry, 47 seconds to go. So let's see if the Chargers try to score before the end of the half, which they could, because our defense hasn't shown that we're gonna stop it. Rodgers can save the Bills. Well, we'll never know. We'll never know. 28-6, 47 seconds left to go in the first half. Buffalo about to kick off to San Diego or to LA. Look at the game scores. We got Atlanta, Carolina 10-10 with 30 seconds left the first half. Atlanta has the ball in at Carolina's 8, so they're getting ready to score again. Minnesota over 365 days ago? I don't think so. We scored week 17 of last season, right? But I get what you're saying. And we didn't score a touchdown in the playoff game. Didn't score a touchdown week 1. So we haven't scored a touchdown. And the last touchdown we scored was Kyle Williams from 1 yard out against Miami. That was in the 4th quarter of week 17. So we haven't scored a touchdown in 4-8. So in 10 quarters, we haven't scored a touchdown. 10 quarters of play. And the last touchdown was in December of last year. So we haven't scored a touchdown in, might think it was December? Might have been January 1st. No, it was December 31st. Yeah, it was December 31st. So we have yet to score a touchdown in 2018. I missed 2017. Don't you guys? I missed 2017. Anyhow, we did just kick the ball off. 47 seconds to go. It was a touchback. So LA will start with the ball. First net 25. Shotgun for Phillip Rivers. We'll go over scores at halftime. Run to Gordon. No, that wasn't even Gordon. That's Eckler again. 5 yards, tackled by Murphy. And they're just letting the time run out, I think at least, but now they're going to snap the ball again. I mean, the play clock's at 31. They're running it again. We had a pass blitz on, so they get to the 40-yard line. See if they call timeout now. Nope, they're just going to go into halftime. They're going to spare us. The Bills do receive the ball to start the second half. Like, that matters. 28-6. The Chargers over the Bills at halftime. Again, listen, if you're a Chargers fan out there, I'm not trying to say that the Chargers would not be beating us at this point. They would be. You know, the game was 21-3 when the fumble happened. I mean, so, but how can you not, like, how can there be an, like, they called it a fumble because it was. And then the announcers even said that Yarborough came up with the ball. There was a pile. All right. Yeah. If you're going away for halftime, enjoy your halftime. I'll go over scores. I'll go over some stats from this game. I'll get over being angry. Maybe I'll start drinking some alcohol so I have something to blame it on. But yeah, like there's a fumble. There's a pile of players. Can't see anything. There's just a pile of players. Eddie Yarborough comes up with the ball for the Bills, and they ruled it Chargers ball. How? I'm not saying that it didn't change hands 7 times in that pile, like they always joke about. I'm not saying that didn't happen. I'm sure it did happen. But you rule what you see. You have to rule on what you see. And by the way, we had 4 Bills guys there, and the only Charger guy in the initial pile is the wide receiver, who, if replay means anything, never looked like he had 2 hands on it because he couldn't have, because it was between Edmonds' legs. And, you know, if this is Edmonds' leg right here, 1 hand's on this side, 1 hand's on that side the entire time the replay showing until you can't see anything in the pile anymore. So he never had 2 hands on it. So unless like him doing this in the pile meant like, oh, he has possession now, which it could. I mean, yeah. But you can't see the ball because it's between Edmonds' legs. So are you sure he had it? And if one Bills player had his hand on it, who'd you give possession to? Ty goes to the runner, their offense? I don't know. Don't know. Zay Jones, 8.3 points in fantasy so far. That's pretty much, I mean, he has 2 catches, but pretty much a long catch. Zay Jones had the biggest gain for the Bills. It was about a 60-yard bomb from Josh Allen, and that was what led to our second field goal. This is pretty sad. You know, this isn't as sad as last week. Compared to last week, this is great. Josh Allen's looking like, you know, he needs a lot of improvement, but he's looking like he can be a gunslinger for us for years to come. Defense made, you know, forced a fumble. So-called return, according to the stat sheet, recovered by the Chargers. You know, stuff like that. So, and again, their left tackle is, I think it is, right. Right, guys, help me out. Their left tackle has jumped at least twice that I've seen from my own living room, but they can't see from right there. That screen just went out. I hope it doesn't stay that way. All right, it's not. Okay. Just getting us to halftime show. So, all right, guys, let's go over some scores real quick. I'll go over some stats. Has Benjamin caught a ball? I don't think so. Remember our secondary? They feel like they have to pitch a shutout every game. That's why I'm doing our secondary. And they're playing Phillip Rivers and the Chargers. So Phillip Rivers, I don't think he's been sacked yet. Maybe if he has been, maybe once. Depends what you consider. Like they had the bobbled snap that he just took it and ducked down, so they could have ruled that a sack. Our defensive line still isn't really getting to the quarterback all that much, guys. And you have Phillip Rivers. You have great. Like, let's give the Chargers their due. They have so many offensive weapons. It's insane. But yeah. I don't know what's going on right now. I can't. I'm trying to get my thoughts straight. So I don't blame our secondary. I mean, Tre'Davious White isn't even getting thrown on all that much. Who's killing us is Williams and Green, their tight end, and then Gordon out of the backfield. Those are the guys killing us. So who's that on? That's on our linebackers. So you look at Milano and Edmonds if you're looking to blame someone. Allen has a few catches, but they're mostly quick slants, quick catches out of the backfield, like, you know, coming in right off the snap. So I don't think it's our secondary. Thank you, John. Thanks for joining us again. Hopefully you enjoyed my reactions to the crap that is Bills football. But good, thanks for joining us. At the half, so like I said, let's go over some scores here. Yeah, Benjamin doesn't have a catch so far. Big fancy. Should have started him. Should have been here at 11:30 or 12:30. I mean, I already told you who to start, and I wouldn't have said Benjamin, that's for sure. But I don't know who your other receivers are. Maybe that was your only hope. Maybe they'll get one of those big catches that Zay Jones just had in the second half, because I imagine that in the second half, we'll see a lot of man-to-man coverage or a lot of zone defense, or cover 2, cover 4, whatever defense. So maybe we'll get some crappy fantasy points are still points, right? So, all right, at the half, Atlanta's up on Carolina 17-10. They did score right before the half. TD pass to Austin Hooper with 22 seconds to go. At the half, Green Bay is up on Minnesota 17-7. They did add a field goal as time expired in the half. Cleveland is still up on New Orleans 6-3 as they start the third quarter. Miami is up on the Jets 20-0. If you look at Sam Darnold's stats, 13 for 21 for 160 yards and an interception. Pittsburgh has actually come even closer. They just scored a touchdown, probably going to go for 2, but it's 21-19. I hate chasing points, so I hope they still just kick the extra point, but we'll see. With 18 seconds to go in the first half, there was a 14-yard touchdown pass from Ben Roethlisberger to James Washington. Philadelphia is now down 20-7. Tampa Bay has scored a touchdown to Chris Goodwin. They missed the second extra point when O.J. Howard scored on a 75-yard touchdown. Tennessee's beating Houston 14-7.5, and Indy is beating Washington 14-3 on a Nyheim Hines 8-yard TD run to make it 14-3. So those are your halftime scores. Give McCoy the ball. We've been trying to, a couple swing passes, couple rushes. His nicest rush got called back for a hold. So that was an issue. But we've given it to him a couple times. Stats for this game, we'll get into the stats now, and you'll see that he's gotten the ball more this week than last week, I think. And I'm talking about like in the first half compared to final. And Pittsburgh did get the 2-point conversion, so it's now 21-21. Looks like we'll go into half tied at 21. So the Chargers, Phillip Rivers is 15 for 16, still only that one incompletion for 178 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's just crazy. Not the yardage, just crazy, but he has 1 incompletion, guys. 1 incompletion. The leading rusher is, again, I'm gonna keep mispronouncing his name, Chargers fans, so I apologize. Eckler is their leading rusher, 6 rushes for 72 yards. Gordon has 6 rushes for 29 yards and a touchdown. Rivers has 2 rushes for 5 yards, and Jones has a rush for 0 yards. And so they're counting that negative 2-yard play from Rivers as not a sack, but a run play. Green is their leading receiver. He has 2 receptions for 48 yards. Gordon has 6 receptions for 38 yards and 2 touchdowns. Williams has 2 catches for 30 yards. Mike Williams has 2 catches for 27 yards and a touchdown. Keenan Allen has 2 catches for 25 yards, and Ekeler has 1 catch for 10 yards. So again, it's not Allen that's killing us here, So who's to blame, really? You look at their top 2 receivers. It's Green and Gordon coming out of the backfield, and Green on their tight ends. So that's more on either our safeties or our the running back, especially, is on Edmonds and our linebackers. Kicking the ball, Sturgis has 4 extra points. That's it. Kessler has had 1 punt in the whole first half. I saw something on Twitter about that game. Ooh, Cam got hit hard. Cam got hit hard. Helmet to helmet for sure. Yikes. But he came back in. Good. Glad to see he came back in. Yeah. That you never want to see that. Jones has 3 punt returns for 17 yards. Defensively, Melvin Ingram has a sack and a half. Nwosu has a sack. James has a sack. So that's your stats for the LA Chargers. Over on the Bills side of the ball, these stats are going to look a little better because of that long pass to Zay Jones. But still, Josh Allen, 8 for 14 for 126. No touchdown. He's been sacked 4 times. He has 1 rush for 3 yards. McCoy, 4 rushes for 8 yards. Murphy has 2 rushes for 1 yard. Zay Jones has 2 receptions for 63. Clay has 2 for 29. McCoy 3 for 23. So not as much as I thought. So maybe you're right, John Patrick. We need to give McCoy the ball a little bit more. And guys, with the score of 28-6, you run your normal offense. Take it a drive at a time. You don't do anything stupid. Like play your normal offense. Get Josh Allen some experience back there, some confidence building. Score a touchdown or 2 maybe. That'd be nice. I do not know how long Joey Bosa is out for. I know he was questionable during parts of this week, and then he was ruled out later this week. So that's a good sign that he was questionable this week. So hopefully he's not out too long for you guys, but I'm not 100% sure. 2 to 4 weeks, says Bike Boy. So it does for you guys if you're a Chargers fan. Or, like I'm a huge fan of just football. Like I've said before, I want to see the best players out there making plays, doing their thing. So let's go back to these Bills stats. Zay Jones, 2 catches, 63. Clay, 2 catches, 29. McCoy, 3 for 23. Foster, 1 for 11. House goes 2 for 2 on field goals. Murphy has 1 kick return for 22 yards. But Jorges, our punter, has 3 punts for 137 yards. Not that great. 1 is inside the 20. Poyer is the one who forced the fumble. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Our leading tackler is Poyer with 4 and Edmonds with 4. So those are the stats of the first half for the Bills and the Chargers. Again, the Chargers are up 28-6. The Bills do get the ball to start the second half, so that might help us out a little bit. But we need more than just the ball. We need to be spotted like 14 points, and for them to either miss our left tackle moving like they do the Chargers, or for them to give us fumbles when we recover them. One of those crazy things. So, but the Chargers have played a great game. They are up 28-6 because they are that good, and the Bills are that bad. But when you see games like this, guys, it's hard to see the Bills winning much this season, right? We lost the first game 47-3. Now we're losing this one 28-6. That's not indicative of a team that's going to win a lot of games. We are 6 quarters into the season, and we still haven't scored a touchdown. Not many teams can say that. So, if you weren't with me last week, I'm not going to say what I'm drinking just because they don't pay me to say what they're drinking. I love the guys on Sports Fury. And if you're a Bills fan, I love the guys on Hashtag Sports too, but I always make fun of them because on Sports Fury, they're always drinking Bud Light. And then on Hashtag Sports, they always go to that. I don't even know right now. I'm so mad, guys. Like, I'm so mad. But yeah, and then they don't get money for it. They don't give me money. Hashtag Sports. Yeah, I love Hashtag Sports. Huge fan. Those guys crack me up all the time. All the time. See some comments back and forth between them and myself. It's kind of fun. Oh, man. They make work go by faster, too, because I just watch the videos while I'm at work. I mean, no, I don't. If you're watching and I work with you, no, I don't. I work hard. Josh Allen's 8-14 for 126, though. That's not terrible. No interceptions. So in 2 halves of football, he hasn't thrown an interception. Peterman. Bueller. Chargers kick off the ball to start the second half. Looks like this one's going to be returnable by Marcus Murphy. Gets it out to a 25 before he's still up there. I thought today, and there's still half of football to go, but I thought today would be a good chance for Marcus Murphy to get some good returns. Now, we only had the 1 punt, so maybe if he had chances to return things. But, we've had 2 50-plus yard scoring drives. Sure, they ended in field goals instead of touchdowns, which should have been, hopefully would have been the opposite way. But, if we convert touchdowns, it's 28-14, and we got the ball. But all things we work on. Shotgun formation. McCoy gets a carry to start the second half. Gets about a yard. So it's going to be 2nd and 9. Tampa Bay up 27. I mean, what happens when Winston comes back and they're 4-0? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna give him a yard. All right. Second down. One guy in the back, that's McCoy. McCoy with a big run. Big run out to the 50. Out to midfield for McCoy. About a 25-yard run. So, what's not a good idea, Bike Boy? Yeah, no flags. No flags on the field. Yeah, Bike Boy, what's not a good idea? Me drinking? Probably not, actually. But all right, so we're inside Charger territory. 1st and 10 after a big run by McCoy. I formation. Zay Jones comes back. We fake it to him. So it's a good play, but it could have been better. DeMarco was wide open coming out of the backfield. And Allen with the not the greatest throw in the world. DeMarco had to adjust himself. I think DeMarco might have had a touchdown. I mean, it's our fullback, so probably not. But yeah, he wouldn't have. But still, he makes a good adjustment on the ball and catches it. Then we have the ball inside the 30-yard line, 1st and 10, actually at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, 13 minutes to go. Fake run to Murphy. Allen keeps it. The cameraman doesn't realize that, but gets back to Allen real quick, and he gets into at the 20-yard line. So we are again in the red zone. So that's new. That's the second time this season, so that's exciting. 12:50 to go. So far, a good opening drive for the Bills. Let's see if we can put it in the end zone here at the 20-yard line. 2nd and 6. Buffalo still down 28-6. Shotgun formation for Allen. McCoy joins him in the backfield. Allen going to take off again. Get it inside the 10. He needs to learn how to slide, guys. He gets it to the 6-yard line, but he needs to learn how to slide. Yeah, no, we don't need to air it out. You know, if we make this, like, if it goes in midway through the 4th quarter, we're down 14. Like, okay, and we have the ball. Okay, then we start airing it out. You know what I mean, Bike Boy? But I agree with you. Like, no, we don't. It's still way too early for that. 1st and goal for the Bills at the 6-yard line. Shotgun formation for Josh Allen. He's going to run it again. Gets it to about the 2, maybe 1.5-yard line. There's McCoy helping him up, so that's good to see. So, yeah, so a 2nd and goal from about the 2-yard line. Big fan of this drive, guys. The only issue I have is that pass to DeMarco could have been more on the money. But no, I say put your normal offense out there. And this kind of drive should be our normal offense, guys. 5 run plays, 1 pass. That 1 pass is under under I formation. Yeah. So close. So there's a flag on the play. Looks like we're actually going to get 1st down out of this. Ingram might have horse-collared Allen. And so it's going to be automatic 1st down, half distance to the goal. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Personal foul on Ingram for the horse-collar tackle on Allen. Allen was able to get rid of the ball. He had Charles Clay towards the sideline. Charger player number 37, you Chargers fans will know who that is, tipped it, and it kept going towards the sideline. Clay was able to kind of tip it, but yeah, no, Bike Boy, I completely agree with you. Run your normal offense and see what happens. But it's now 1st and goal inside the 1-yard line. I would run DeMarco here, but that's just me. It's going to be an offensive penalty. No? Touchdown Buffalo. But again, they missed a false start on Buffalo. Like, I'll call it like I see it, guys. There's definitely a false start on Buffalo. But Chris Ivory pulls it in. Yeah, the right guard just 76 mils just moves before the snap. Bills score a touchdown, guys. Woo! So with the score now 28-12, Hauschka's getting ready for the extra point. Why they didn't give it to McCoy? They did it last year a couple times too, especially before McCoy got his first one. McCoy, even though we ran the ball 6 times on that drive, McCoy only got 3 times. But guys, I love to tell you this. With 11:06 to go in the third quarter, the Buffalo Bills finally score their first touchdown of the season and make the score 28-13. Woo! Yeah, I mean, Ivory is our bruiser. We got him for a reason. So, it is what it is. McCoy doesn't need to get all the touchdowns. Although, like I said before, 1 touchdown ties him for 10th all time in Bills history for touchdowns or something. So. Time for a comeback. Hey, that was a great drive. That was exactly what the Bills needed. Great drive. And that's exactly every drive for the Bills should look like that. Every once in a while we'll mix in a long pass to Zay Jones or Kelvin Benjamin just to mix it up. But that's the Bills' offense right there. That's the Bills' offense right there. So 11:06 to go. Now we need our defense. I mean, and that's the best we could have done. Take 4 minutes off the game clock, score touchdown, and now our defense needs to step up. If we think we have a chance to win this game, which Chargers fans, if we win this game, I'm sorry, that's not good. But if we think we have a chance to win this game, our defense needs to step up and stop them. It doesn't even have to be a 3-and-out at this point. Just need to stop them. Now, if we want to keep that momentum going, a 3-and-out would be nice. But good way to start the second half. Cheers. Anyone showing the game? Rick Martinez, if someone's showing their game, they're doing so illegally. I can't show the game due to copyright laws. YouTube will shut me down. And they're probably not on YouTube because YouTube's normally pretty good about that stuff from what I hear. Luckily, I have no strikes against me. Hopefully, I keep it that way. But no one's showing the game that I know of. And if they are, and if I know of some, then I don't want to say them out loud because they're on this channel because I don't want them getting in trouble for doing something they're not supposed to. So Buffalo kicks it off. It is a touchback. 11:06 to go in the third quarter. The Bills did score a touchdown, making this one 28-13. Wow, Allen is yelling at the defense. Sounds like he said, "Go get that shit," and I'm okay with that. That's great. That's what you want to see. Let's go. Get these rookies going. Get them leading this team. That's what we need, guys. We need young guys leading this team. I love Kyle Williams, but man, he's around for 1 more year. Let's go. First down. Got is that Gordon in the backfield? No, it looks like that name I don't know how to pronounce is in the backfield. Allen with a quick pass. Emmons touched him. Luckily, because he got up and everyone stopped. So it looks like Emmons did touch him. It was like a 4-yard gain. So about 4 or 5-yard gain, yeah. I showed the can. I don't want to do that. Didn't want to do it. Maybe no one saw what it was because my hand was over it. I don't know. Oh well. Mistakes were made. All right, 2nd and 6. Bills setting pressure up the middle, and it's a run play to again that Ekeler guy that I don't know how to pronounce his name for no gain. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 here. So 3rd and 6. Hey, I'm happy with 3-and-out or turnover, Buffalo sack attack. Hey, that works, man. So 3rd and 7, they ruled that was a loss of 1. So 3rd and 7, 9:52 left to go in the third quarter, 28-13. This would be a huge stop for the Bills if we can get it here. Again, 76 jumped. There is a flag this time. Rivers is sacked. But here's my issue with that. Again, here's my issue with that. If 76 has a false start, the play shouldn't happen, right? If you're a Chargers fan, you're upset right now because you could still have a chance on 3rd and 12 or whatever it would be. But now, since they let the play go, they're going to decline it. They call an offsides on defense. There's no way. You're calling offsides on Jerry Hughes. I need to see this. Are they saying lined up in the neutral zone? Okay. He's not happy about it. 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. Wow. All right, well, San Diego or Los Angeles has to take a timeout here. I don't know what to say about the last penalty call, guys. I guess Jerry Hughes lined up in the neutral zone because he didn't move. And by the way, 76 for the offensive line still jumped early. And they're showing it on the TV. They're showing it every time. Yeah, Jerry's is a good argument, but it doesn't matter because the refs aren't seeing what they need to see. The refs are not seeing what they need to see. It wasn't a penalty on Jerry Hughes. That's the problem. I don't know if you're watching the game or not, and if you are, then there was no penalty. 76 started early again. We batted down the line, so it's going to be 4th down. Great. But watch him. What is the ref doing? That's 4 times I've seen it. Watch him. Watch the game. Jets scored a touchdown. Powell with a 28-yard touchdown reception. (20-6). I don't know if they went for 2, if they missed extra point, if they haven't attempted extra point yet. But we got the 3-and-out we wanted. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. 28-13. Buffalo is going to get the ball back. Their punter's back on the field, so that might be new for them. And we fumble it. Is that going to be a safety? That actually shouldn't be a safety. That actually should be a touchback. Thank you. It's a touchback. So there are so many issues with this play again that I have. Oh, by the way, Taiwan Jones is bleeding right now. Bleeding on the field. And he shouldn't be, but because the refs are so awesome, there's a flag on the field. Let me get to this flag first. Yeah, Murphy needs to call for a fair catch, but he never has clean possession. The ball then goes into the end zone. Taiwan Jones picks it up in the end zone, tries to run out of the end zone, which, again, he shouldn't do. He's getting hit by 3 guys. His helmet then comes off. So Taiwan Jones, when he got hit in the head without his helmet on, he loses the ball. And San Diego or LA recovers it in the end zone. So let them say this is a Los Angeles touchdown. Let them say that. Yes. I don't know if you just heard what I just heard, but when a helmet comes off of a player with the ball, the play is blown dead immediately. Immediately for player safety. Something that they emphasize every year, player safety. But this time, his helmet falls off. Let's let him get helmet-to-helmet contact without a helmet on. He has a bandana, by the way, a white one. Well, it was white. Now it's all red. The score is 28-13 at this moment. Touchback is the result of play. Unnecessary roughness on 42. Okay, so they got it right. Okay, they got it right. But I did not hear a whistle. So we're gonna start with the ball at the 40-yard line. Still 28-13, 8:54 to go. There's so much to analyze here, guys. There's so much to analyze here. Oh my gosh. All right, so here's what are not able to the game. So there was a punt. Marcus Murphy's drifting back, and a Chargers player whose number I didn't get made a great play. You know, there was nothing wrong with what he did. Murphy never calls for a fair catch, and we've seen it dozens of times. Excuse me. The moment Murphy touches the ball, what happens? He gets lit up by this guy. And he should. And it's a clean tackle. Like, he gets hit right here by the shoulder. And Murphy, because he never has clean possession of the ball pops out. Okay, fine. Ball pops out, starts going backwards into the end zone, where Tyron Jones, and if you were here last week, you know my issue with Taywan Jones. Taywan Jones picks it up in the end zone, and then tries to run with it, which he can steal it still, because it's still in kick status, as the official just explained. It's still in kick status. So Taywan Jones picks up the ball and tries to run with it. He should not do that. But in that, there's already four LA Chargers players on him. So who am I telling? Who am I telling what? I'm just trying to explain the play. That's all. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be mean. So Taywan Jones picks up the ball. He should just kneel it for a touchback, because there's already 4 Chargers players right on top of him. In the melee of the 4 players trying to tackle him, he was able to rip the one guy off. But as he rips the one guy off, not illegally, but the other guy, his hand is kind of like underneath his helmet, so his helmet falls off. Yes, at that moment, the play needs to be blown dead. I did not hear a whistle. I'm not saying that there wasn't one, because I have this turned down so I can talk to you guys, of course. I personally did not hear a whistle. And shortly thereafter, to Fox 87's point, shortly thereafter, there wasn't much time, a Chargers player comes in, I think it was 44, because that's what the penalty was on, comes in, and with his helmet lowered, hits Taywan Jones, and his helmet hits Taywan Jones right in the head here. Was not blown dead. Okay, thank you, Don. I'm guessing that's you, Don. I imagine. Thanks for joining me. And so they got the call right, but I still feel bad for number 44 to some extent, because if the play is not blown dead, you know, and if okay, good. And if his, like, let's say his head's already down, getting ready to tackle him, because that's how close the play was. All right, so 43, Davis is the one for the Chargers, is the one who hit Murphy. Taywan Jones picks it up in the end zone. Okay, there's enough time between his helmet coming off and I think it was Allison, 42. I'm gonna listen to this for a second. Okay, never mind. You already explained it. Josh Allen keeps falling forward, so he did a QB run option, kept it in, ran it to the right side, got about 3 or 4 yards. Okay, I don't care about that part. Yeah, so Taywan Jones' helmet comes off. He's able to twirl around and start going the other way, and that's when he gets hit. When he starts twirling, that play needs to be blown dead. The moment you see his helmet start to fall off as the ball carrier, the play needs to be blown dead. 2nd and 6 from the 38-yard line. Allen's in shotgun. McCoy's back there with them. Finally, McCoy gets it. Doesn't get anywhere, though. I feel like every time they try to run McCoy, it's a pretty obvious run. I don't know about anyone else who's watching, but Green Bay is winning 20-7 with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Sorry I didn't get to the scores during that last TV commercial break. Just a lot going on in that play. that I wanted to try to break down as best I could. If anyone has any questions, obviously just ask in the chat and I'll try to break it down better. I'm going to lose my voice tomorrow, but it's worth it. It's fun. I'm having a good time. Surprisingly, I mean, I'd like to win here, but Alan going deep. Benjamin sighting. Which one of you said they had Benjamin in his keeper league? First down, Benjamin. So. Yeah, no, I'm not. Again, I'm not blaming the Chargers necessarily. I think everything that happened was called correctly, minus the no whistle. The 42 doesn't know, or 44, whoever it was, he doesn't know all the rules. That's the referee's job. You know, how is he supposed to? Because as of I don't know about for the NFL, but in high school, Allen sacked on 1st and 10 for about a 5-yard loss. But in high school, that was just a rule change maybe 5 years ago, if not even that. So I don't know how long it's happened in the NFL, because you think that the rule change would happen faster in high school than, you know, they try to protect high school kids more than professional athletes. But anyway, like, it's not his job to know that rule. So like, part of me says, like, how can you throw that flag if you didn't have a whistle? But if they're calling helmet to helmet contact or helmet to head contact, then that's a foul at any point, right? So I don't know. So it's 2nd and 16. Allen in shotgun with McCoy in the backfield with them. It's going to be a dump pass to McCoy, which has been open all day. They really need to take advantage of that a little bit more. Sure, only gained 6 yards, but if you gain 6 yards on every play, that's going to be a first down pretty often. So Dominic K, I don't even know. Like, honestly, I don't think the refs are doing a good job either. Like either way. So I don't know if you're a Chargers fan or if you're a Bills fan, but like, I just don't think these refs are doing that great of a job. Again, it's the NFL. I try to stick up for them. It's a tough job. They're doing, you know, instead of getting 3rd and 10, there's an out to, I think, Holmes, which is incomplete. The annoying thing about the out is it was only an 8-yard route. Even if he catches it, he's right along the sideline. So I don't know how much more you could get out of that play, but it is incomplete. It's behind him. So there's been a couple of balls that have been thrown behind the receivers by Allen in this game. But again, first start, so can't yell at the kid too badly. Still 28-13, 5:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. Still plenty of time if we want to try to come back here. Tampa Bay just scored again, guys, to go up 27-7 on the Eagles. It's Mike Evans with the catch. Atlanta's up 24-10. All right, so 28-13, 5:33 to go in the 3rd quarter. I'm going to go through some of these scores for you guys real quick. We got 28-13, Chargers over the Bills, with 5:41 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Actually, it's less than that because that's 4th down. Atlanta is up 24-10 on Carolina with 7:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. Green Bay's up 20-7 on Minnesota with 4:50 to go. Cleveland's up 12-3 now on New Orleans. So big turnaround there. And Cleveland has the ball, and they're in New Orleans territory. Looks like they're getting ready to score again, actually. Tyrod Taylor's 16 for 20, so no touchdowns. But still, have they all been field goals, or was there a touchdown? There was a touchdown that and a missed extra point. Colors Hyde had a touchdown run. Miami's up 20-6 on the Jets. Kansas City's up 28-21 on the Steelers. Tampa Bay's up 27-7 on the Eagles. The Titans are up 14-10 now on Houston after a DeAndre Hopkins touchdown. And actually, Barn just had a 34-yard field goal to make that 14-10 with 2:40 left to go in the 3rd. And Indianapolis is still up 14-6 on Washington. The Kansas City touchdown was by Travis Kelce again, so that's his 2nd of the day. So if you have Kelce, play that one. Cleveland just kicked a field goal to make it 15-3. They're up by 12. That's what's going on with New Orleans, guys. You know, they scored a bunch last week. Now they come home, and now they're not scoring at all. Crazy. So, but those are the score breakdowns for you. Again, I'm trying to get calm here after a crazy last couple minutes. And if you're, you know, like, it was a dirty hit as far as helmet to helmet, but again, I don't think it was intentional. I don't think there should be any fines levied or anything like that. Like, it is what it is. Oh. 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 A&M Alabama next Saturday at 3:30. See if they have some John Manziel magic. All right, so 1st and 10 for the Chargers at the 12-yard line. 5:33 left to go in the third quarter. Again, this would be a great time for a turnover. It looks like Bush was faking a blitz, so the play has been audibled by Rivers at the line of scrimmage. Popped in the air. Incomplete. So it looked like, yeah, I haven't seen Antonio Gates much this game. I don't know about anyone else, but so it's popped high into the air by looks like Trent Murphy, number 88, which is Green, right? Your tight end Green tried to jump up and grab it, and on the way down, a Bills player did a great job at ripping it out to make it incomplete. So 2nd and 10, again at the 12-yard line, 5:26 to go in the third. Going to be a pitch to Gordon. Gets about 3 yards to the 15-yard line before Humber brings him down. Good pursuit by Humber on that play. Makes it 3rd and 7. Yeah, find the rest for not blowing it dead. I mean, you literally just put someone's life in jeopardy. I mean, literally. Like, I can't be figuratively. Like, luckily Tavon Jones got up. Looks like he's fine, other than the fact he might need some stitches. And he'll obviously be in concussion protocol, but which isn't fine at all. But I'm just saying, could have been a lot worse. So it's 3rd and 7, 4:45 to go in the third from the 15-yard line. A stop here would be huge. Hughes coming from the look what happens when 76 doesn't get a jump. Jerry Hughes with a sack of Phillip Rivers, first sack of the day. And yeah, the Chargers are gonna have to punt from the 6-yard line. So game not over yet, but the Bills do need to score a little bit more. But yeah, 28-13, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Derwin James is looking like a stud. Looking, man. All right, bad punt. Murphy came up and fielded it. I don't think he tried to field it, but what happened was it bounced and hit off his leg and then popped straight up. So he fielded it, and they're inside the San Diego 45 or the Los Angeles 45-yard line. So Chargers doing what they do best, blowing big leads. Yeah, man, the Chargers. Like last year, you guys start 0-4, and you still finished 9-7, right? I mean, you went 9-3 over your last 12 games. That's crazy. You missed the playoffs. Like that's, if you ever go 9-3 over any period of a season, I feel like you should make the playoffs. But anyway, when you start so far behind 0-4, and it's really sad because you guys have a good team. Like you guys have a good team. Last year you had a good team. So thank you for joining me here on Believers Talk. If you haven't been here for the spiel before, my name is Joe. So I appreciate you live week after week. The only 2 games at this moment that I know I'm not going live for will be the Jaguars game and the Monday Night Football game. So there are some other channels that will be live streaming some reaction during those games. I'll give you their information as well. As far as the Sports Fury doing all primetime games and and UCF Jaguar normally live streams the Jaguars game. We'll be live streaming live play-by-play reaction this afternoon for the Patriots game. So if you, after you're done here, if you want play-by-play reaction, hop over there. I might hop over there and then watch another game on my TV. So that way I can kind of get updated on 2 games at once. So we'll see what happens. You need McCoy to get a touchdown. It'd be nice. But the Bills do start with the ball in Charger territory. So we'll see what happens here. This game's nuts. We've looked horrible, and this game's nuts. I mean, in the second half, support looked good, right? And the first drive was really good, but prior, man, somebody reply some text here, guys. Try to. As we come back from commercial break. I wish Joey Bosa was. I mean, if Joey Bosa is in this game, this is definitely a totally different game. Joey Bosa probably has 7 sacks by now in this game. Like, that's crazy. So, Allen 6 for 10 for 117 yards. His last 10 pass attempts. Again, getting better as time goes on, and he'll only get better and better with the ones as he's practicing with the ones. Long pass from Allen into the end zone, incomplete, broken up by 25. Of the Chargers. It was a little surprisingly says enough with Allen, and it was a little short, but I think it's worth taking a shot there with such good field position. Man. All right, so we got 2nd and 10. He's 11 for 20 for 172 yards. Pittsburgh just scored a touchdown, make that game 28-28. So that game might come down to the wire with 7 minutes to go. Everything looks weird. It was another run to McCoy. And McCoy got hurt on the play. So it was a 1-yard run by McCoy after the play, like right after the play. There was still tangling going on, and offensive lineman landed right on McCoy's stomach. So, yeah, it definitely did not look good. Groy. No, is it Groy? We got pushed back into him? No, it's not Groy. Oh, yes, it is. Yeah. So, Groy got pushed back into him, and Groy fell right on top of him, right on his sternum area. So maybe just the wind got knocked out of him, a stinger, I don't know. But, yeah, he's down right now. Doesn't look good for McCoy. So whoever just told me that McCoy on their Derby Bacon, was that you who just told me you have McCoy on your fantasy team? Looks like whoever points he got today might be it for you. And I don't think he got a lot. He had 8 rushes for 36 yards. So, I don't know, 3 points. I don't know if it's a PPR league. He has a couple catches too, but. All right, now he's sitting up, so maybe he'll get up here. Yeah, he's up with a little assistance, with a little help from your friends. Coaching staff, not the players. Players are back in the huddle, of course. A little help from your friends. First player to make sure McCoy's all right on the field. Guess who it is? Oh, first two. I wonder, first 3, first 4. All right, so the Bills have not come over and like there's 4 LA Chargers players came over and either hit McCoy in the head or gave him a low 5 to say he's all right, and no Bills player was over there. They were just in the huddle, but that's okay. We all know that we have a love-hate relationship with LeSean McCoy anyway, so. Yeah, I know about Sean Merriman, like the comparison there. But you're right. Like Merriman had 2 or 3 great seasons in LA. Actually, the Bills had him at one point, and he just never was the same. Maybe it was going to Buffalo, but I think he wasn't the same before that. And then he went to Buffalo as a free agent. And then Allen making some adjustments at the line at 3rd and 9. Looks like we have a free play. We did have a free play. And there's Zay Jones is looking pass interference, doesn't get that call, but it was a free play. Are there 2 flags? Nope. Repeat 3rd down. Okay. All right. So lots of time left in this game, guys. 28-13. If we get a touchdown here, all of a sudden it's a 1-possession game. So, but yeah, Bosa, Bosa's out. I think one of the Chargers fans on the stream said he's out 2 to 4 weeks. Should we have kept McCarron? I said this in my previous live stream. I was okay with trading McCarron. Getting a 5th round for him is better than what I thought we'd get. But when we do that, we need to pick up a veteran quarterback. I'm not upset that we got rid of McCarron. I'm upset that we don't have a veteran quarterback on our team. You know, I've said this before, like Mark Sanchez is a veteran quarterback we could pick up. Allen, wrapped around the waist, still tries to throw it. Terrible idea, and it's intercepted. Rookie mistake. He was wrapped around the waist, so he couldn't get any pressure on the, you know, he couldn't get any zing on the ball, and it's intercepted by Phillips. So blown opportunity, big time blown opportunity for the Bills. By a rookie mistake, big time rookie mistake by the Bills. So it's gonna be 1st and 10 for the Bills here. I don't know what he saw, Allen, as far as but you know, he's getting wrapped around the waist, and man, by Ingram. Ingram is just a beast to take down. So I know, okay, so Murphy's running up the sideline, and he does have a step on the defender behind him. New Orleans scores a touchdown to make it 12-10. 1st down, they run with Ingram, gets pretty much nowhere as they gang tackle him. So and Benjamin's, by the way, wide open. He's just missing open receivers. I don't understand why he's missing open receivers, but he's missing them. Like, he's just missing seeing them. But again, these are all first start. I'm not too upset over it, as far as knowing that he needs to do better. So, all right. So now we got a 2nd and 10. Minnesota scored a touchdown and Diggs touchdown. So that game's close. 2nd and 10, sacked by the Bills. Oh no! They're saying he was down. They're saying he was down. Oh, and oh man, Alexander came in, and he had him. I mean, I think that's a good call. He had him. You know, he twirled him, I think, even, and then after that he ripped the ball out. But they already ruled that yeah, he needs to throw it away. Allen does in that spot. But yeah, so but we do get the sack on Rivers here by Alexander. And yeah, he does twirl him. And I think even his knee might have been down. But yeah, he then does one of the rip moves and it falls out. But good call. 3rd and 16, we need to get off the field here. They had shotgun, 3 wide receivers at the bottom of the screen. Here comes a little pressure. It might have been caught by Allen, but either way, it's going to be short. It's either 4th and 5. A lot of Bills players are, you know, giving this signal. I really don't care. Don't waste the challenge on it. We're going to get, you know, them to punt the ball. Unless it's obvious. Like, if it's obvious, then field position matters because it's not 4th and 4. It's that 4th and 16 with 50 seconds left to go in the 3rd. This is the 3rd straight 3 and out of the 2nd half. So much better on defense. I think our offense is looking a lot better too. Just a couple mistakes here and there by a rookie quarterback. That's going to happen. Much more pleased with this game. Looks like another bad punt. Takes a Charger bounce, but still looks like we get the ball on the 37-yard line. McCoy is coming back out onto the field. So wherever it was, must have just been like a stinger or something of that nature. So 28-13, little time left in the 3rd quarter with the Bills trailing. A little less than 30 seconds left. Let me go through some scores. 24-10, Atlanta over Carolina into 3rd. 2014, Green Bay over Minnesota into the 4th. 12-10, Cleveland over New Orleans with 8 minutes to go. Miami's beating the Jets 20-6. KC's tied with Pittsburgh 20-28, but Kansas City has the ball in the red zone. Philadelphia is still losing in Tampa Bay 27-7. Houston is now beating Tennessee 17-14, and Washington's still up on, or Indianapolis is still up on Washington 14-9 now. 1st down, I missed it. Sorry about that, guys. Looks like it was a run to McCoy. McCoy to the sideline, but he's jogging off. Oh, it's the end of the 3rd quarter. So 3-yard run by McCoy to end the 3rd quarter. But we're looking for positives here, guys, right? Positives, the Bills won that quarter. We won that quarter 7-0. So if we're looking for positives in this game, that's definitely a positive. You know, we trailed in turnover 1-0, forced 3 3-and-outs. You know, all 3 possessions by the Chargers were 3 and outs. And that to me is impressive, just given their weapons on offense. We score here, and I said this on the last drive, but we score here, it's definitely a ball game. So don't chase points till you have to. Obviously we'd love the touchdown now, but we're probably going to get 3 or 4 possessions in this quarter with all 3 timeouts still. So if a field goal is what we can get, I say, depending on how long this drive is, obviously, but I say go for the field goal. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but you think a field goal doesn't help us, but it actually does. And what's a 15-point game? It actually does. It makes it a 12-point game, so 2 touchdowns then gives us the lead, and then we can get a 3-point lead if we go for 2 instead of whatever it would be. So, but I get it. We want to score touchdowns instead of field goals, obviously. But we won a quarter. Small victories, man. And for Bills fans who say, we don't want to watch this season because of how bad it started, that's what we got to look for. This is what we got to look for as Bills fans. Like, these little things will become bigger things, right? I still think Coach McDermott proved his worth as a coach last season. He'll build on these things. Still not sure about Dable. It's Dable, but I always mess that up. But he's shown a couple different formations, a couple different looks. I still wish we'd get McCoy more active in the offense. McCoy just hasn't found space. In the third quarter, he found a little bit more space. But I do want to see more from them. Again, it is the end of the third quarter. We have the ball 2nd and 7, trailing by 15. So currently, other scores, I went through some other scores, but we have 2 games in the red zone right now. 1 game. Kansas City just scored a touchdown. Was a Marcus Robinson 3-yard TD pass from Patrick Mahomes. So they're scoring points like crazy right now. Philly is in the red zone to try to cut the lead. The score right now is 28-13. LA Chargers beating the Bills going into the fourth quarter, with the Buffalo Bills having the ball 2nd and 7 at the Chargers. I'm going to say 40-yard line. No, I'm sorry, 37-yard line. So 2nd and 7. Murphy's in the backfield. Murphy with a nice run. Oh no, that's Chris Ivory. Gets 6 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 on the 43-yard line. So that's what's going on. Saddam Nagy, if you're a Bills fan, you're a little more optimistic. If you're a Chargers fan, this isn't going the way you want it, but you still have a 15-point lead. So 3rd and 1, we line up an I formation. Benjamin's the only receiver on the top of the screen. Allen runs straight up the middle from under center and gets 2 yards for the first down. And that's part of the game that Peterman doesn't give you, that we really could use and we really like at this point. Again, we just don't want to see Allen getting injured. That would set us back pretty far, obviously. And then what do? You can't start Peterman, but then you'd have to, right? You're not going to bring Sanchez or Clemens in or Kaepernick and expect them to know the playbook in a week. So one back in the backfield, fake handoff to Ivory. Pass out to, is that Kroom? Kroom for a yard. Looks like he either didn't see someone downfield open, which he's done a lot. Josh Allen has, or good coverage downfield, so he had to use a check down. Which again, if you're not seeing stuff downfield, don't force it. And if you gain a yard, it's better than nothing here. So, let's look downfield. Yeah, they have two receivers go out, and they're both double covered, and so Kroom, a dump off for 1 yard is the best we can do, and that's okay. That's okay. Now we got another check down attempt to Chris Ivory, but he needs to see that sooner. He needs to see that sooner. Allen's talking to Ivory, telling him to run towards the post when he's open like that. That's fine. I don't mind that, especially from a rookie quarterback telling his veteran running back what he wants him to do. So Bills all the way. Good. Glad you're here then. Again, welcome to Believers Talk. If you are new to the channel, please note we will go live these Bills games here. I'll give you live play-by-play and reaction. We have a shotgun formation on 3rd and 9. 5 wide receivers set. 4 wide receiver set, 3 to the bottom of the screen, and then you got wow, good block. It's gonna be a holding on Buffalo from where the flag's being held, but Allen gets away from the sack, throws it up, it's incomplete. Holmes with the incompletion. Flag's gonna be holding on Buffalo, so it's gonna be declined. It's gonna be 4th down. 73, which we all know who that is. So is that Dawkins, right? Yeah, that's Dawkins. Murphy actually had a nice initial block to on a blitzing linebacker. Holmes kind of batted that ball out of bounds. He didn't even try to catch it. Eagles scored a touchdown with Ajayi, makes that game 27-14. Bills are punting it on 4th and 9. The CBS thing said 3rd and 9. That's not true. I don't think we're punting on 3rd down. It's a bad choice for Rob, but no, it's 4th down. Good punt. Takes a good Bills bounce. Get it before it goes in the end zone, you morons. And then they all just stand around it while it goes into the end zone. Oh my gosh. Great punt. Bounces at like the 15-yard line, bounces from the 15 to about the 5. And then the 7. And then the rolls get slower and slower as it bounces from the 7 to the 5 to the 5 to the 3 to the 3 to the 2 to the 2 to the inside the end zone. And no one decides to jump on it. There were players around the ball who could have, but they just decided not to. So the LA Chargers will start with the ball, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line instead of at the 1. So now, if we stop them to another 3 now, we need to start thinking touchdown. We can't settle for field goals anymore. So, we're gonna get what, maybe 3 more possessions in this quarter, 28-13. But again, guys, we've seen improvement. Not just from last week to this week, but from first half to second half, we've seen improvement. Decent play calling. There have been some things that Josh Allen's definitely missed that more practice and more time on the field will hopefully adjust. But overall, much better performance this week. Much better performance this week. But going against Minnesota and Green Bay the next 2 weeks doesn't look hopeful, does it? Green Bay's in the red zone. Speaking of that game, 20-14, 9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Green Bay's in the red zone. Atlanta's up on Carolina 24-17 with 11.5 to go in the 4th. Cleveland's still up on New Orleans 12-10 with 5.5 to go in the 4th. Miami's up on the Jets 20-6. Kansas City's up on Pittsburgh 35-28. Tampa Bay up on Philly 27-14. Houston and Tennessee are now tied 17-17. Indianapolis still up 14-9 on Washington. Indianapolis is in the red zone. They have it 3rd and goal. So this is a big stop for Washington to keep it a 1-possession game if they can. Yeah, they really did botch that punt. I don't know what they were waiting for. Were they waiting for the ball to stop itself? I just really don't know. I just really don't know. Gosh. Small things, guys. That's not Josh Allen's fault. Josh Allen can't do anything about that. It's small things, guys. But we need that big defensive turnover, and that would be a perfect time for it. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. We're back in commercial. 12:39 to go in the 4th quarter. Rivers is back in shotgun with Gordon to his right. We have 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom of the screen. And snap goes back to Rivers. Rivers taking some time. Has number 16, probably Williams again, because he's been killing us wide open. Williams gets about 20 yards before he is, I will say forced out of bounds, but he wasn't forced out of bounds. He kind of tripped over the 40-yard line. So that's their first down of the second half, guys. So that's good, all right? But not a good way to start this particular drive for the Bills. So they got it 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. So I gave him a little too much credit at that point. Phillip Rivers again in shotgun. Gordon next to him. To his right. 2 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top. Looks like almost the same formation, just switched. 2 seconds on the play clock. get it off. It's an HB delay to Gordon, and they lose 5 yards, which you should always lose 5 yards on HB delay from shotgun. The worst news is Gordon's down. Gordon's down. He's not getting up, so that's not good news. He rolled over from his back to his front. Now he's hunched over, but he's still not getting up. If you are an LA Chargers fan, you don't want to see this at all. Gordon on a shotgun halfback delay is basically met by Alexander the moment who's coming in on a blitz, gets him from the other side, and his knee hits his helmet, I think. That might be Bush. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's Raphael Bush. I apologize. But yeah, his knee kind of hits his helmet. So he's still down, Jeremy H. And Ethan. I don't know if you're watching the game or not. He's still down. He's on one knee now, talking to the trainers. And now he's coming off the field under his own power. He's walking off the field. So that's a good sign. But he's definitely walking gingerly as well. So. But yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 14. And I had to see that for y'all too. You know, he's had a great game for you guys. I think he has 66, they said 66 total yards, which doesn't sound that great, but he also has, does he have 2 or 3 touchdowns? Yeah, Gordon did just get injured, Messi. He's out of the game right now. Might take a little concussion protocol type thing. Pass to a wide open Allen over the middle of the field to midfield, which gives the LA Chargers a first down with 11 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Allen just comes across. Again, it's not – well, Poyer came in late, so maybe Poyer was supposed to be on him sooner. But, man, like – I don't know. He just went over top of Edmonds, and Edmonds just does not look good in coverage in this game, at least from what I've seen. You know, Melvin Gordon beat him a couple times, which normally running back versus linebacker, running back's going to win. But still, a run on first down, this time with that Ekeler player that I always mispronounce his name, for 3 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 7 from the 47-yard line. Just got a new subscriber, so thank you for subscribing. Again, if you have not subscribed to Believers Talk, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Like this channel, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, all that media junk. We have all of it. It's on our page, I believe. Should be. If it's not, let me know. But yeah, it's on our page. So we got 2nd and 7. Phillip Rivers is in shotgun formation. No running backs. We got 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom. We blitz 3. Go back in coverage a little bit. Missed tackle. Fumble. The ball is out. The ref is ruling him down. The ball is out. I think that's the first catch by, nope, that's Green again, not Gates. And Green's now limping too. Ekeler, is that what you guys are telling me? Ekeler. Missed tackle by Lafayette Pitts. I do believe that's a fumble though. Like, I believe that's a fumble. My question is, does the ball hit the line out of bounds? Because he's definitely not down. I think that's a fumble. And I honestly think at this point, with 9:37 left to go in the game, down by 15, it's worth a challenge either way. Ekeler? It's under. Oh, it's a turnover. No, it's not a turnover because we didn't possess it. So, yeah. So I think with 9:37 to go, it's worth the challenge either way. But looks like a fumble. There's no real good view of it because Hyde, and there's definitely, like, we definitely recover it. Lafayette Pitts, who missed the tackle, by the way, definitely recovers it. But man, they're coming. Oh, wait, we go to commercial. I'm not sure if the refs were just now going under the booth. Is Gordon going to come back, or is he done for the day? It looks like he's going to be in concussion protocol, and normally that takes a little bit. With 9 minutes left to go in this game, unless it goes into overtime. then I would say that he will be done for the day. That's what I think. That's just my personal opinion. But now they have those like tents on the sideline where you could do concussion protocol there. So we'll see. We shall see. I appreciate you guys trying to teach me how to say his name. I see two different pronunciations, though. It's Ekelar or Ekeler. And so, or Ekeler? Ekeler? No. Luckily, I'm not a Chargers fan. Well, if I was a Chargers fan, I would have looked it up. Ekeler? All right, you said Ekeler. All right, so I'll say Ekeler's the right one. Thanks, guys. Like Echo. You guys, I love you guys. I really do. I'm sorry. Maybe if I had the volume turned up, I'd hear how they said it, and then I would say it that way. But we all know that announcers don't say things right all the time either. But right, Tyrod? There's a Tyrod, right? Tyrod now. Anyhow, okay, so Ekeler. All right, so that's all I'll call him from here on out, probably. But I'll also call the LA Chargers the LA Chargers from here on out. Probably not. We are coming back from commercial break. Kind of a big decision here. I'm going to turn this one up a little bit. What's going on? We're currently under review for a fumble. San Diego got an out route to Green, I believe it was, short of the first down, but they would be 3rd and 2 or something like that. And there was a potential fumble. We're listening now after review. The left elbow of the player was touching out of bounds before the ball came out. And they're saying it's confirmed, which means they have conclusive evidence saying that he was down. I disagree. That's definitely a fumble.
The elbow is definitely out of bounds, and truthfully, guys, whether it's in his possession or not, if he's fumbling that and still touching the ball after he's even fumbled,
right,
fumble out of bounds. So whether he's in possession or whether he isn't, if he's touching
right,
the ball, it's out of bounds.
I get that. So yeah, he doesn't have to be in possession of the ball for it to be. I'd have to see it again, Dominic K. So he does not have to be in possession of the ball. If he's out of bounds and he just touches it, then it's out of bounds. So I'd have to see it again, but that's a good point made by the official, whoever that is. So it actually was a first down. So, because of the fumble went forward. The fumble did go forward. Well, no, because it wasn't a fumble. So, but it was a first down. So they ran the ball with Ekeler, as you guys call him, for no gain. And so now it's 2nd and 10. For the Chargers. Really, if we want to have a realistic shot in this game, we need to get a stop here. There's a score alert in the Pittsburgh game. Kansas City just went up 42-28. So that game might look like it might have issues. They're trying a reverse pitch again to this Ekeler character. Is he new this year? Is this his rookie season? You guys will know, as we call him. As you guys call him. So anyway, I'm terrible. But is he new? Is he a rookie? No, please don't tell me he's been around for like 10 years. I feel really bad. He's been around? Okay. 2nd year. Okay. He's been around. 2nd year. We didn't play at Chargers last year, so I don't feel bad about it. Oh, wait. Yes, we did. Peterman, 6 interceptions. 5 interceptions, Joe. All right. So shotgun formation, 3rd and 9. Rivers. Why would we not cover him out of the backfield then? Like, he's the one actually, like, he's had a really good game. I haven't seen his stats, but Ekeler's had a really good game. And we blitzed both of our linebackers, and he's coming out of the backfield. You could tell, you can tell that they're throwing it right to him. Phillip Rivers does a good job putting a little touch on the ball to make sure it gets over the outstretched hand. It's 4th and 6? No, it's 3rd and 6. These guys, no, it's 4th down. Interesting. Interesting. All right. I thought it was 3rd. And it's definitely only 3 yards, not 6. So, but with 7:30 to go on 4th down, the Chargers call a timeout. 4th and 3. Looks like they're bringing on the field goal unit. Try a long field goal. Ekeler, you know what? He's having a great game. He's having a great game. So, oh no, they're going to punt it. Okay, they got a delayed game penalty instead of calling timeout. They're going to punt it. Yeah, I mean, I looked at stats from last week's game and in this game, and he's doing really good. I think he's underrated too. I think Melvin Gordon might. I remember Gordon's still great, but Green Bay is now up 23-21. Atlanta's up 31-17. Punt by San Diego. They're going to try to pin Buffalo deep, obviously, and they don't. Don't tell me they did. It's first touching. All right, so it's first touching by San Diego, Los Angeles. So, again, players don't know the rules. So what happened was Charger play touched. If you don't know the rule, maybe you don't know the rules either. So whenever the team who kicks the ball is the first, punts the ball is the first to touch it, the team that's receiving the ball can then pick it up and do anything they want with it. And the worst that can happen is it goes back to the spot of what's called first touching. Now, I don't think they saved this from going in the end zone, but on second review, it does definitely look like they did. So, so then once they kept it in the field of play with first touching, it went to the 1 yard line, bounced out. The Buffalo guy tried to get it, and he was unable to because there's a bunch of Chargers players around him, which is, again, fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm okay with him trying to pick it up because worst case scenario is going to be at the 2 yard line. And in this case, they recovered it at then the 5. So we'll take the ball at the 5 yard line instead of the 2. Yeah, I know Tony Ortiz. I realize that I'm saying San Diego way more than I should for a game between the LA Chargers and the Buffalo Bills, but you know, these mistakes happen. I don't get paid as much as these guys do. And I'm sure they've said it a couple times, but maybe not in this game, but before. So when they want to start paying me, I'll make sure I get it right. Who's going to pay me? I don't know. For those of you in right now, thank you for watching us on Believers Talk. Again, if you're new, my name is Joe. We'll be here live for all the Bills, streaming all the Bills games, or at least as many as we can. I will be at the Jaguars game and the Patriots game on Monday night, so I will not be here for those games. Alcohol impairs my thought process. No, my brain impairs my thought process. The alcohol might actually help, but you know. Yeah, LA still doesn't sound right to me, but. So with 7-11 left in this game, the Chargers are up on the Bills 28-13. The Panthers are down 31-17 to Atlanta with 6:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Green Bay is up 23-21 with 5:17 in the fourth. New Orleans has taken the lead against Cleveland to make it 18-12. They had a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Michael Thomas had a 5-yard touchdown pass, and then Alvin Kamara with a 2-point conversion. So they're now up 18-12. Let's see if Tyrod can bring them back. Miami is up 20-9 on the Jets with 7 minutes to go. KC is still up 42-28 on Pittsburgh with 12.5 to go in the fourth. Tampa Bay is up 27-14 with 8.5 to go in the fourth. And Houston, Tennessee is tied at 17. Indianapolis still holds 9 lead on Washington with 4:06 to go. So Buffalo has the ball. 7 minutes and 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10. Looks like we're going to start, if I am correct, at the 5 yard line, but I'm not correct all the time. McCoy is questionable to return, which normally was 7 minutes to go. So we're at the 3 yard line. Looks like there's going to be a false start on Buffalo. Las Vegas Raiders. That's a good point, Don. That's going to sound terrible. 79? What? Not Jordan Mills. Penalty machine. So they're saying the play should have been a touchback because the guy who touched it was in the end zone. Intercepted by San Diego by number 44. So that's going to be Josh Allen's second interception of the day. But there's a flag. There's a flag down. But it still looks like the Bills' offense is coming off the field. So I'm not sure what we have here. So they're still arguing that the touchback should have been, or the punt should have been ruled a touchback instead of down. But since McDermott had no more challenges left because we lost the one with the fumble, he couldn't challenge it. But that's something that you got to take into consideration at the time. I was okay with them challenging the fumble. There is no foul in play for a blindside block. So San Diego or Los Angeles, however you want to call them, will take over with the ball. That would pretty much seal the game. I know there's 7 minutes left, unless the Bills get some sort of turnover here. Down 28-13, they intercept the ball around the 30-yard line. He was going for – it's worse than that. It's at the 25-yard line. He was going for Kroom again. Just couldn't get separation. And White came down with the ball for the Chargers. So now they got the ball 1st and 10 at the 16, 28-13, 7 minutes to go in the game. Phillip Rivers in I formation hands the ball off to, looks like Melvin Gordon is still out of the game. So it's going to be Eckler who gets the ball. Just throwing the ball isn't good sometimes. Yeah, I mean, again, some rookie mistakes by Josh Allen. Overall, I wasn't too disappointed with the start today. The Bills did cover the Chargers, it looks like they're going to cover the spread. And what was the over-under? 41.5, I think I said. So it looks like we're going to hit the over. So if I would have bet Vegas, I would have been right today. But I hate betting against my team. They set up a screen, again, to Eckler. Man, Eckler's just, whoever said he's underrated, it just seems like he's all over the place. I'm not sure if that has something to do with the Melvin Gordon injury or if that's just normally how he is. Like looking at his stats from last week, it definitely just seems like he's just in the right place at the right time. It's going to be 3rd and 4 for the LA Chargers with 6 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the game. Yeah, Dominic Clay, it does look like Allen's having issues with that touch pass. I mean, we saw it with the in the first half with the pass to DeMarco. He threw it behind him and overthrew him a little bit. The Jets have scored again to make that game 20-12. So that game is getting a little bit closer. Green Bay is up 23-21 still, and they are in what looks like field goal range. Tampa Bay is still beating the Eagles 27-14. The Eagles do have the ball with 6:17 to go in the 4th. New Orleans and Cleveland are now tied at 18 with 35 seconds left. So maybe Cleveland's getting ready to go into another tie. Maybe they'll go 0-16 this year. So it's still no wins, but no losses. So, we'll see what happens there. All right, so it's going to be 3rd and 4. Bills are going to rush 4 here. Rivers is in shotgun, 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom. And then we have a first down by Allen. Gets it into inside the 5-yard line. Looks like it's at the 1 with 5:34 left to go in the 4th quarter. And the Bills already trailing 28-13. Allen keeps the drive alive. Again, taking advantage of Edmonds. Edmonds just really has not looked good in pass coverage. He does really well with the run coverage. And if you ask me, our run defense has been really good so far this game. In fact, on first down, they tried to run up the middle and they were stuffed. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1 yard line. We have a dog run through our yard randomly, so that's why I looked out the window real quick. Not our dog, because we don't own one, so, but that's okay. All right, so it looks like the Chargers changed the personnel, so now the Bills get time to change their personnel. Shotgun formation for Rivers, 2 wide receivers, 1 to the top and bottom of the screen. Again, there's a false start on the Chargers, but no one calls that. But there's a flag on the field, probably 12 on defense. So that penalty should have been before the false start anyway, so that's fine. But yeah, the refs just and it's not 12 men on defense. It's not a biased thing. It's just, when you have a player that almost gets decapitated on the field because no one knows how to blow a whistle and when a helmet falls off, that's just not good officiating. And a lot of people will blame the head official for that. That's not on the head official. That's the guy that's in the end zone who needs to blow that play dead. So it's still 2nd and goal. Half distance to goal from the 1 means they're at the half-yard line. Again, now there's 4:39 to go in the game. Still 28-13. Philip Rivers is in shotgun. They fumble the snap, then fall back on it at the 5-yard line. So now it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 5. The Chargers have had a couple bad snaps in this game. Unfortunately, the Bills players have not been able to get there in time. Eckler is the one who jumped on top of the ball. So we do have a score alert in the Saints game. The Saints scored a field goal with 21 seconds left. So the score is 21-18. Tennessee, Houston, 17-17 with a minute to go. So now it's 3rd and goal. Rivers again in shotgun formation. Eckler to his left. 3 wide receivers to his right. 3:57 to go. Touch pass back of the end zone to Antonio Gates, trying to get him that touchdown everyone wanted, is incomplete over his head. So it's going to be 4th and goal, going to lead them to a field goal, which will then make this a 3-possession game. So 3:53 to go, 28-13. The LA Chargers are getting ready to attempt a field goal and definitely put this game on ice. But again, if you're a Bills fan, the second half, you've seen a lot of improvement, and so you have to be happy about that. The Steelers did just score. It's now 42-30. Tennessee scored a field goal to make it 20-17 with a minute to go. These are some of the close games of the early games. Again, you still got some good games coming in at 4 o'clock. You got New England, Jacksonville. You got San Fran, Detroit. You got the Rams are playing somebody. Who cares at this point? But yeah, so there are a couple good games to watch. It must suck to be a Bills fan. No, not at all, man. If you recall, like if you're a Chargers fan, if you're looking at the list of longest playoff droughts, the Chargers are on that list. The Bills aren't. So must suck being a Chargers fan. But that's what I gotta say about that. If you want to try to talk trash, that's fine. We can do that. But I do appreciate you being here. Just if you want to talk trash, if you want to come on here when you guys are up 31-13, then fine. We'll talk trash. I don't care. But so we are down 31-13, 3:50 to go in the 4th quarter. So the Chargers will be winning this game. So good for them. They played well. I hope Melvin Gordon, for you guys, is not out for an extended period of time. Again, he was able to walk off under his own power. But we do hope that we shouldn't have made the playoffs last year, guys. Man, you should have been with me last week if that's how you feel. We did make the playoffs last year. We won 9 games, so same thing as the Chargers, but somehow we had tiebreak. I forgot how that all worked out. But I have to look back. I don't need to change your mind. Why would I change your mind? I'm confused. Why would I talk about anything other than football right now? So I'm going over some scores here. We got Atlanta's up 31-24, 2:20 to go in that game. Green Bay's up 26-21, and again have the ball in the red zone. New Orleans is up 21-18 on Cleveland. Miami's up 20-12 on the Jets. Kansas City is up 42-30 on Pittsburgh. Philadelphia has scored another touchdown to make it 27-21 Tampa Bay. Tennessee is up 20-17 on Houston. Indianapolis is up 21-9 on the Redskins. Allen back to pass. He's going to actually tuck it and run. Again, he needs to learn how to slide, gets it to about the 31-yard line. Looking for people to help him up, and Bills players just ignore him, so that's nice to see. But he has shown signs of leadership in this game, which is also awesome. Allen shotgun formation, 2nd and 4. Throws a quick pass to Murphy, who gets lit up and drops it. So it's going to be 3rd and 4 from the, I'm going to say the 31-yard line. I'm sorry. LT has higher QB rating than Geno Smith. Yeah, you have Geno Smith as your backup. I did see that on the roster report. So hopefully Phillip Rivers never gets hurt, which I hope he doesn't just because of how great he is. So Allen back in shotgun. Looks like it's a 1st down pass to Logan Thomas. First time we've heard his name called all day. So we got a 1st down to Logan Thomas. You're going to have to go get I'll open her downstairs. So I thought I'd give it to you now so you have time. 3 minutes to go in the 4th. Shotgun formation. Allen avoids pressure, rolls out to his right, throws the ball to Zay Jones, looking for pass interference, but no flag. The Bills sideline's kind of going nuts. They wanted a flag on that, but as we've mentioned plenty of previous times, the officials have not done a great job at catching any of these penalties. And it definitely was. Jammer definitely got there prior to the ball getting there. But, you know, it was a little bang-bang. Still want to see that called most games. But when you let someone, again, get his head blown off, then what are you going to call? Murphy with a run from shotgun formation. Looks like he's going to gain about 4 or 5 yards. So it's going to make up 3rd and 5 with 2:40 to go in the 4th quarter. You do want to see a little urgency out of the Bills. I do agree with you, actually, Alenser, on that comment, and we'll get back to that in a second. But Allen's in shotgun formation from the 41, throws an out route to Kroom again, gets to about midfield with 2:18 to go. Again, you know, we know we're going to lose this game, but to see a little 2-minute offense ran here by the Bills would be nice to see. Are we going to get a playoff before the 2-minute warning? 2:04, 2:03, 2:01, got it off. I missed 2:02. That was in there too. Pass to Murphy out of the backfield, gains about 6 or 7 yards, and now we're at the 2-minute warning with the Buffalo Bills in Los Angeles Charger territory, 31-13 with 1:55 to go and a commercial break. Making a sad face, the Browns lost. Sorry, guys. I was hoping the 0-16 thing would happen. Didn't quite happen, but, you know. What's the score of the Houston game? Let me tell you in a second. We're going to go through scores now that we're at commercial break. All right, LA is up on Buffalo 31-13 with 2 minutes to go, 1:55 to go, actually. Green Bay is up 26-21 on Minnesota with 1:49 left. It looks like Green Bay is going to kick a field goal. That would make that game 29-21. Atlanta is up 31-24, and Atlanta has the ball 4th and 1 with 2 minutes to go. So it looks like they're actually going to get ready to punt it over to Carolina. Miami's up on the Jets 20-12 with 2:41 to go. Miami has the ball, and they're at the New York Jets 22-yard line. So as long as they don't make any mistakes and make a field goal, it looks like that game might be over. Pittsburgh is losing to Kansas City at home, so it's 42-30. Kansas City with 9:12 to go. Still playing time in that game, but Kansas City does have the ball. Tampa Bay has the ball up 27-21 with 2:41 to go against the Eagles. Houston, Tennessee. Tennessee is up 20-17. Houston has the ball at midfield with 17 seconds left. So that game's just about over. Actually, it just went final. My app just informed me. So Tennessee wins that game 20-17. Houston falls to 0-2. On the season. So a couple close games. Again, we have Atlanta getting ready to punt to Carolina with 2 minutes to go. Carolina down by 7. Green Bay did kick a field goal to go up by 8 with 1:45 to go, and Minnesota getting the ball. The New York Jets are down by 8, but again, Miami has the ball, and they are in field goal range. So as long as they can make a field goal, they should win that game. 42-30, Kansas City has the ball with 8.5 minutes to go in that game. And Tampa Bay has the ball 1st and 10 with 2:36 to go. Yeah, ahead of the Eagles 27-21. And then, yeah, this game's come back from commercial. A lot of Bills fans have already left the stadium. But, you know, I want to see Josh Allen kind of lead a touchdown drive here like he did to start third quarter. Again, if you were here for the start of the third quarter, we got out. We were down 28-6. You know, first drive of the second half, we scored a touchdown, make it 28-13. We actually won that quarter 7-0. With Allen's in shotgun, got McCoy to his right. No, I'm sorry, that was Murphy to his right. Blitz coming. Then they ruled that before Allen fumbles the ball, they ruled that Allen was in the grass. So no fumble, but that will bring up 3rd and long for the Bills. Sacked by Brown. I think that's the Chargers' 5th sack of the day, maybe the 6th. Just came unblocked from his position as he blitzed from the linebacker position. 3rd and 11. That is their 6th sack of the day on Allen. 3rd and 11. Allen steps into the pocket. Has plenty of time to throw. Throws a rifle to, it looks like Foster for a first down. Make sure that's correct here. Yeah, Robert Foster for a first down. Robert Foster's had a much better game this game than last. And that's because he had 2 catches. So 16 for 31 for Allen, 212. There's 2 interceptions. Throws a screen pass that Murphy, or an out pass to Murphy that he needs to catch that he does not. So it's now going to be 2nd and 10 with 54 seconds left to go in the game. Who do I think is going to AFC North? After watching the first couple games, I'm going to have to go with the Ravens. Just because I know Baltimore lost on Thursday, but I don't count those Thursday night games for pretty much anything. Look inside. All right, gosh. Sorry, guys. It's going to be 2nd and 10, 54 seconds to go. Buffalo has the ball at the 33-yard line. There should be a couple more downstairs. I'm sorry. Ivory gets a screen pass and actually has a lot of room to run down to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Ooh, shoved out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. Chris Ivory with a nice screen pass. Make it 1st and goal for the Buffalo Bills with 42 seconds to go. We did get out of bounds, which stops the clock as well. So we got 1st and goal from about the 3-yard line. Be interesting to see what they do here. 5:40 left to go in the Steelers game. We're just going to find out that we'll get bonus coverage of that after this game. Kansas City Chiefs winning 42-20. Looks like James is coming off the field with the trainer, so I'm not sure what happened to him, but he is walking under his own power. Again, we haven't seen Melvin Gordon this whole game. Joey Bosa wasn't in this game. He might be out for another week or two, according to what one of the Charger fans who watched the stream said. You would think of the Bengals at 2-0. Yeah, I just don't put too much stock into those Thursday night games. I think Baltimore is the better team. Then again, they whooped our Bills, which doesn't seem like it's a hard thing to do this year. So I don't know. I guess I think they're a little worse than what the Bills man looked like last week, and they're a little better than how they played on Thursday. But the Bengals are probably getting a little, no respect because of who their head coach is still. So 1st down and goal for the Bills. Into the end zone he goes to Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin got nailed on the play. Doesn't look like he's happy about how he got hit, but and by that I mean he looks like he's a little shaken up. But touchdown, first career touchdown pass for Josh Allen, makes this game 31-19 with 38 seconds to go. Who just went out for the Chargers? I forget who I said that was. I apologize, but Allen did just throw a touchdown pass to Kelvin Benjamin. I know someone in here said they have Kelvin Benjamin on their fantasy team. And Kelvin Benjamin had exactly 0 catches for 0 yards in the first half. He has a little bit better here in the second half, and now he has that touchdown catch to make it 31-19. And Hauschka is on to kick the extra point to make this game 31-20. Which, if anyone, crazy enough, if anyone looks back at this stream at the beginning of the game, if someone wants to tell me what I said the final score was going to be, just listen. I said the final score was going to be 31-20. So I feel pretty good about my life right now. So 31-20 with 38 seconds to go. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's in here who's been watching this whole time, but you can attest. I said the Chargers were going to win this game 31-20. So I'm pretty stoked. I got something right for once. I didn't get the team I want to cheer for in the NFL right, but hey, that happens. So Allen's numbers for the day: 18 for 34, 245 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. He also had 38 rushing yards for the day. So not that bad of a day for a first start, I don't think. Again, there's things that can be improved on. We've seen some missed opportunities down the field by Allen, but overall, pretty good effort against a pretty good secondary with the Chargers, a pretty good defense. Now, it's not as good as the defense we're going to play next week with the Vikings, but pretty good defense. So he'll have another week with the starters for practice, and he'll come out next week. And we'll see what we got. Onside kick by Hauschka. Good bounce, actually, but is recovered by the Chargers. And it looks like Allen's going to try to return this for a touchdown. But he is caught from behind at the 22-yard line by Siren Neal. So one knee, and this game will be over. So before this game ends, you guys do need Bosa back. I mean, you can tell you guys have the Rams next week, as I see, and then the Niners the following week. So the Rams game, you would love to have Bosa back for that game, but it doesn't. From what I hear, it doesn't look like he's going to react. So let's go over some stats from this game, since I do believe that the Chargers are just going to do victory formation, kneel the ball, and end this game. So stats from this game: the Chargers had Phillip Rivers had 4 incompletions all day. That's insane. So 23 for 27, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was sacked twice, and he had 3 rushes for 5 yards total. Eckler had 11 rushes for 77 yards. Melvin Gordon had 9 rushes for 28 yards and a touchdown. Again, Gordon went out earlier in this game, I think midway through the third, so we do hope that he is all right. Phillip Rivers had 3 rushes for 5 yards. Give me 1 second here. And then Newsome and Jones both had a carry, but 0 yards on the play. Keenan Allen was the leading receiver, 6 receptions for 67 yards. Green had 3 receptions for 55. Williams 3 for 48. Melvin Gordon 6 for 38 and 2 touchdowns. So that means three total touchdowns on the day for Melvin Gordon. So if you had him on your fantasy team, then good job for you. Williams had 2 receptions for 27 yards and touchdown, and Eckler had 3 receptions for 21 yards to add to his totals. On defense, you had 2 sacks by James, a sack and a half by Ingram, a sack by Brown, a sack by Nwosu, and that's it for sacks. You also had 2 interceptions, 1 by White and 1 by Phillips. Going over to the Buffalo Bills side of the ball, again, a much better day this week compared to last week. Josh Allen, 18 for 34, 245, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He was sacked 6 times. But he also had 7 rushes for 38 yards. McCoy had 9 rushes for 39 yards. Ivory had 2 for 7 yards and a touchdown. And Murphy had 3 for 6 yards. As far as receivers, our leading receiver was Zay Jones, 2 receptions, 63 yards. Chris Ivory had 1 reception for 30 yards. McCoy had 4 for 29. Clay had 2 for 29. DeMarco had 1 for 24. Benjamin had 2 for 19 and that touchdown. Holmes had 1 for 19. Foster had 1 for 11. Thomas, Murphy, and Kroom all had 7 yards. And Kroom had 2 receptions. Hauschka had 2 for 2 on field goals, 2 for 2 on extra points. Murphy had 2 returns for 48 yards. Bajorges, who's coming out to be our best player, the punter, had 5 punts for 224 yards, 2 inside the 20. Should have been 3, but we didn't know how to jump on a ball that's bouncing around. So sacks, Alexander and Hughes both had sacked. Those were only 2 times we got to Phillip Rivers. So that's it as far as stats go for this game. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, please be sure to subscribe to Believers Talk. We will be doing a post-game video in the next day or 2. So we'll watch this game over again and see what we think. And we'll get back to the next day or 2. We'll be giving you live play-by-play during every game. And then we will also be here for any transactions. Again, big news yesterday was we did drop Jeremy Curley from the roster, which kind of leaves you questioning, are we going after someone like Josh Gordon, Des Bryant, because our wide receiving core is now taking a couple hits here. Hopefully Ray McLeod comes back soon so we can have a full wide receiver roster, and I think that will also help with Josh Allen's development as well, as they work together well in the preseason. So, but that's it for now. Again, the final score of the game, the Buffalo Bills lose this one 31-20 to the LA Chargers. LA goes on to play the Rams in LA next week. The Bills go on to play Minnesota in Minnesota, so it does not get any easier for our Buffalo Bills. But we'll see what happens next week. Next week's a new week. The Bills drop to 0-2. But that's all we have for you today. So if you haven't already subscribed to Believers Talk, like this video, share it on all your social media networks, you crazy kids. Like us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, and like I said, leave a comment or two so we know that you watched and enjoyed. So for all you Chargers fans, congratulations on the win. For all you Bills fans, please be sure to join me here next week. But till next week, go Bills.